It's been a while, but I'm back. Y'all put y'all aliens in the chat. We're about to get started.
Get ready, because you about to be an ATLien.
Get ready. Get ready. Get ready. I didn't even have my music queued up. Look, y'all, go ahead and share this video on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, or wherever else y'all share videos, because it's taking me a minute to get all my stuff together. Because when I take my little mini vacations, I come back and it's like I just got started. I don't know what to do. Hold on, here it is. Hey, oh wait. Here it is. I don't know what to do. Hey, what's up, squad? What's up? What's up? What's up? I appreciate y'all for hanging in there with me. I know I was a little bit late. I try not to be, but I was today. Now, look, Vanjie gave me a super chat all early. Vanjie, what's up, powerful? I saw you was in here early. Sierra Content, God's Butterfly, all my members in here. Shout out to my members. Shout out to my Facebook people. Shout out to my subscribers. Just shout out if you just decided to just stop by today because you just wanted to. I appreciate y'all for joining me today. As you can see behind me, the topics are a little bit we got a lot to talk about because I haven't been here in a while. Look, I got a whole list of things. We got Lil Mama, which was on my agenda for like yesterday, and then I got sidetracked, but that's a whole nother story. We got Kenya and her scandal with her Indian headdress, and we have Derrick Jaxn. I also added to the list Colorist Claudia Jordan, but we're gonna see if we got enough time for that. But let's start. Today is Tuesday. You know what that means, right? That means that the ratings are in for this week's episode of The Real Housewives of Atlanta. Now, in a moment of transparency, I got to be totally and completely honest with you. And this is a first for me. I did not. I don't even want to say it. Look, I tried to watch the episode. I'm not going to say I did not watch the episode, but really that's the honest truth. I didn't watch the episode. It was on and I couldn't pay attention to it because I was doing too many things and it wasn't really interesting to me. And I'm really feeling some kind of way because what used to be my favorite show, I can't even sit through 20 minutes of it. And I'm like, this is trash. This is garbage. What the hell is going on? But I did see Kenya Moore in this African headdress and I was like, what is she thinking? What is going on? And hold on, let me change my background. You know how I do. Hold on. Bam, there I am. Okay. So y'all saw Kenya with her African headdress, and I thought to myself, I knew she was gonna say something like, "Oh, I got Cherokee in my blood. I'm from I got Indian in my blood. It's not appropriation when I'm an Indian." But apparently, she's been catching a whole lot of backlash about that. We're gonna get to that in a second. Let me go ahead and pull up these ratings because I know that y'all are interested. Hold on. Ratings. They was lower than low. Actually, they went up a teensy bit this week, just a teensy bit. The ratings were 1.18, which is a little bit higher than that 1.01 for Cynthia's wedding episode. But what went down was, hold on, let me share this screen. What went down was the actual demographics, which was 0.35, which was even lower than it's normally. It's normally up in like 0.45, 0.50. So they dropped to number 10. Was it number 10? Yep. They dropped to number 10 on the list this week. Now, normally, in years past, back when Lanithia Leaks was on the show, back when Phaedra Parks was on the show, back when a whole bunch of other people was on the show besides the Thirst Buckets, LaToya, Ali, and all of them, they used to be number one, like number one, number two at the, when The Walking Dead came on, they dropped down to number two because, all us Walking Dead people was watching that. And then 90 Day Fiance came along and pushed them. But now they number 10, number 10. OMG, what's going to happen if they sink lower than that? What is going to happen? Why are y'all not watching this dang show? And now, what's also interesting is you see Kenya caused the ratings to drop. Exactly. Kenya came out with that headdress and people changed the channel. They changed the channel. Now, speaking of which, look, Married to Medicine was down too, child. Let me go see Married to Medicine. Why are we here? Let me see. Married to Medicine still can't bust a milli. They still can't bust a milli. They 0.8. They 0.8, honey. They came up a little bit from 0.7. Y'all just don't care. Y'all are really boycotting Bravo. I'm kind of proud. I'm kind of proud of y'all. I am. I really am. We do want Nene back. Look, speaking of Nene, y'all know she was spotted out in them streets. She was spotted out in them streets recently. And they be waiting for Nene to say something, child. Nene was out to lunch with one of her friends, honey, and they was like, ragging on the Housewives. You know how Lanithia does, and she got to throw her little shade, and her friend caught it on tape, and Nene said something like, these girls still riding around in Toyotas, and the people are mad. The people are mad about it. Hold on, let me see if I can put this up. I had to find it on somebody's. Oh, here it is. Okay. So the people are mad at what she said.
Still riding in Toyotas around here in Atlanta? How did they get down those old shows?
She said they still riding around in Toyotas in Atlanta on those shows. So people was trying to drag her about that and trying to say that, she is insensitive about the pandemic, the Panini, the Panamera. But, Nene's just being Nene. You say, your son sent you this, Michelle. I won a bet, so he want me to tell you it's his child. Thank you, Vanjie. I appreciate you and your son. And thank you, Jackie G. Jackie G said, it's the hair for me, still boycotting Bravo. Thank you so much, Jackie G. And thank you, Scorp Diva, for being a new member. And Grace, I see all of y'all in here. Now, look, I still haven't got the Kenya. Y'all see I'm all over the place. Now, so I brought up Nene, but Nene is not the topic. I wanted to throw her in there because y'all know we love us some Nene Leaks around here. Now, Bravo was catching a lot of flack for Kenya's headdress, and one person in particular, some people in particular, this particular group called Illuminative. They were a group of Native peoples. They issued a strongly worded letter to Bravo and to everyone, about it. They said, we are deeply disturbed by last night's episode of Real Housewives of Atlanta, in which Kenya Moore wore a Native American warrior princess costume. Costumes that mock Native peoples, defame our traditions and cultures, and perpetuate negative stereotypes are racist. Playing Indian is a form of maskotry that is not just offensive, it is part of a long history of how Native peoples have been dehumanized. Countless research studies show the harm these images, actions, and the normalization of these behaviors have on our youth. We also know that the dehumanization and sexualization of Native women contributes to the crisis of murdered and missing Indigenous women. We are incredibly concerned that none of the producers or executives at Bravo, Comcast, NBC Universal intervened enough, although several cast members commented on how uncomfortable, unnecessary, and offensive the costume was on camera. The series has had several instances of racism and offensive behavior. And yet it seems no training procedures or standards have been set to stop offensive acts which go against the values at Comcast professes to have. It is important that Bravo, Comcast, NBC, Andy, and Kenya Moore apologize for the harm they have caused Native peoples and commit to ensuring offensive displays like this never happen again. Native people are not a costume. So yeah, they look, y'all said it was coming. I said it was a stunt in the show. I felt like Kenya knew what she was doing. You know, these ratings are slacking, so they need a scandal for y'all to talk about. But I digress. So meanwhile, Bravo issued their own statement, honey. They came up right after that. Here we go. I find it interesting that Bravo didn't even apologize to George Floyd's family for using his voice and his likeness when he was taking his last few breaths of life on the first episode of the Housewives. They never apologized for that, but they apologized for this. But let me keep reading. So Bravo hit their daily dish, and they said they issued this short statement and said Bravo aims to have the highest standards of respect and inclusivity, and we recognize that the recent episode of The Real Housewives of Atlanta, in which a cast member wears a Native American costume, did not uphold those values. We had hoped it would provide a teachable moment. However, in retrospect, it is clear that the network did not address this properly given the gravity of the situation. What teachable moment? What was they going to teach? We apologize to both the Native American community and our audience as a whole. Whew, child, what do y'all think? Production hates Kenya. Bravo edited out the racial slur. Child, Bravo didn't apologize for Luann's blackface. Child, Kenya. Kenya also issued her little apology. Shout out to Rich Bitch for tagging me in this. Hold on. Here is her apology. I don't know what she put this on. Kenya Moore Hair Care. She said, I want to sincerely apologize for inappropriately wearing the Native American headdress as a costume. I now realize that this was both disrespectful and insensitive and would never have done it if I had that knowledge and understanding beforehand. I regret it. When you know better, you do better. I'm genuinely sorry. Now, did Kenya ever apologize for wearing, the African princess costume? I'm just confused. Like all of this, like it seems like she's been wearing a lot of costumes this season. Hold on, let me get in here and see if I can do this. I can't even pull Kenya's picture up. What do y'all think about all of this? Do you think it's a mess? Do you think anybody even cares? Did anybody even notice? Because half of y'all wasn't even watching. See, that's the thing about these scandals. People bring these scandals up and then it's like, oh, let me go see what it was. And then the numbers go up. Look, did she ever apologize for this costume, for this wig? Because this was a costume too. Now Kenya don't normally dress in African attire, so my thing is, if she's going to put on costumes and pretend, let's talk about it. You said Miss Moore knew what she was doing. Y'all do remember these same people got on Nene when she wore that jacket blanket a few years ago. It was a stunt, okay? Kenya wore a braided fake wig because Portia was marching and protesting, but Kenya wanted to make it seem as if she's down with the culture, okay? What is going on with Kenya and her costumes this season? We got the headdress, we got the African attire. Let me see if I can find the headdress. Hold on. Kenya Moore. And then we got all these apologies. Meanwhile, we got to sit here and look at these dang crazy ratings. Here it is. Here's one of them. So what y'all think? She's probably 1% not costumes. Does Kenya have style? I don't know. Because it's not for them to do. They need to have a storyline, and it's not going good. Well, yeah, nobody said she didn't look beautiful, J Farm D. No one said she didn't look beautiful, but she is definitely trolling. She is definitely trolling. But the people said that y'all need to keep that same energy for the other people who do offensive things on the show. In fact, I have a few things. Let me see if I can pull these up that someone sent me. Some of this commentary. Here it is. Bam. Bam. Housewives of ATL actually said that they brought up what y'all said about Luann, about here it is. Bam. I love Bravo TV and think it's great that they are addressing things. However, keep that same energy amongst all of the wives, please. I love Kenya and I love a lot of the other franchises as well. Their intention is never to offend or hurt. However, I need to see y'all keep all of the wives in check. Where was this when Luann wore an afro and darkened her skin? The countless stereotyping comments from Bethany, that redhead lady from Dallas, still has a job. Kelly Dodd, Yolanda's comments about Chinese eyes, and so on. I need to see the energy be equal all of the cities. Don't make an example of RHOA if you stay quiet about the other cities. Now, Nene told y'all, Nene tried to tell y'all that, there was a situation over at Bravo. She tried to point it out, and everybody was like, what racism? We don't know no racism. Bravo gave Candy production credit on racism issues in America. Bravo recorded Portia protesting and gave her a chat room show. What racism? They treat these women well. It could not possibly be a racist environment. And now all of these other issues are coming up. So I just wanted to point some of them out. Then what was this? Hold on, somebody else. Hold on, let me see what this comment was. Y'all know I be getting everything, and I be trying to see what y'all be saying. Someone said this in my DMs, and these were some comments up under a picture of Kenya. Me as a native, when I watched this scene last night, I was right mad. Like, this bitch, who the fuck she thinks she is? Headdresses are only worn if you're a warrior or chief of your people. A headdress is sacred. What don't people understand? Keep teaching the ignorant and informing the careless, because when I saw it, the first thing that came to mind is that the headdress shouldn't be a part of the costume at all. I agree. It sucks that most people aren't educated in my native heritage. So, look, like I said, keep that same energy when y'all talking about these black people. What about when they use George Floyd's voice? And in addition, they didn't do it on just the Housewives. They did it on Married to Medicine too. But Married to Medicine, they didn't show the video, but they did, use his voice. So I don't like that. I don't like them using that for entertainment value. And so I do not have a point. Michelle did so address her. You sound like, what y'all talking about? Don't be arguing. The redhead from Dallas gave her resignation in the middle of the season. I don't even know. I haven't watched Dallas. So anywho, who said Nene wanted to be back on the show? Y'all want her back on the show. Nene never said she wanted to be back on the show. Nene walked away. Remember, out of all the costumes, that's what she chose, clearly. But again, it may be a stunt, it may be a show, but who knows? Now, let me go ahead and talk about some of these other things. Y'all are just getting here. I see it's like 1,400 of y'all in here, including Facebook. Go ahead and like this video, please, and thank you. And if you are not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Now, y'all know who Gary Owens is. Gary Owens, the Caucasian comedian that all y'all keep saying, y'all was going to invite him to the cookout and all that stuff because he be, saying a lot of inappropriate things to black people. And they be like, oh, he married to a black lady. He can say what he want to say because he married to a black lady. But whatever the case, his black wife has decided that she is walking away. And in doing so, she is outing people who was around when, he was allegedly, cheating on her. So TMZ had reported that, his wife, Kenya Duke, filed for divorce, citing irreconcilable differences. And in doing so, she hit Twitter right after that, not the Twitter, the Instagrams. She hit Instagram right after the announcement with an announcement of her own. And here is what she said. Hold on. She said, tried to be quiet out of respect for my kids, but Claudia Jordan, colorist Claudia Jordan, has me on one this morning. 23 years together. Gary didn't have shit but a raggedy pickup and good credit, no place to live. Dallas, Texas, your old ass should know better. Married, not separated. Married, Gary Owen comedy, all the energy you spent lying, acting, and creating a fake narrative for these bitches that want to be me. You could have done it with a veggie burger and a glass of fake filtered water. Hashtag white women are not involved. Hashtag not Claudia. Hashtag Claudia's friend. Hashtag dragging me back to 98th MacArthur Street mindset. I worked so hard to come so far. I bought a package of 5 therapy sessions, but they don't start until the 29th. Happy Monday. Now, colorist Claudia Jordan, anytime somebody mentions her name, she believes that she got to speak. She got to talk about it. She got to go in your DMs. She got to talk about it in the comment section. So, of course, she went on Instagram to respond. And here is some of what she had to say. Hold on. Let me listen, honey. Let me listen.
Mistress, which y'all...
Wait a minute. Let me go back.
When Kenya was getting accused of being a mistress, which y'all love doing that to me. I've never been a mistress in my life. But that's a narrative that's easy to put on someone like me. So let me just say for the 100,000th time, no, nor do I approve of that. I guess the story is that I somehow, that he cheated and the woman is my friend. First of all, in my 20 years of knowing him, not one of my friends have ever told me or have ever implied that they have messed with this man. Never. And just so you know, I've been around girls before that may have done some shicey stuff, and I speak on it. I don't approve of it. I'm not cool with it. Now, y'all want to make me into this monster? That's on y'all. But I'm a one-man woman, and I don't condone that. I don't. I was getting accused of being a mistress, which when Kenya needed a hairdresser, I hooked up with my girl Tosh. We was always cool when I would see her out. I love their show. I love them together. And I have nothing to do with whatever the reason is for their divorce. Now, you should probably talk to them about the reason for their divorce. And also know, as adults, sometimes people break up, y'all. And it's not as scandalous as you want it to be. Sometimes people just break up and, everyone was just so quick to just pile on Gary. Why don't you just let it play out? Or just let it not play out. It's none of our business. It's none of our business. But all I came out here to tell y'all is that I have absolutely nothing to do with it. I do not have a friend in Dallas or anywhere else that is this man's mistress. I don't know of any woman that's his mistress. I do not know what the hell y'all talking about. Kenya, Tosh has given you my number. You can call me and we can talk about it. And when Kenya needed a hairdresser, I hooked up with my girl Tosh. We was always cool. And I'm really aggravated with you that you chose to go messy on a blog when you could have reached out to me. I know me and you are not as tight. I've known your husband for a long time, and that's my boy, that's my buddy. We've presented at award shows together. He's, in the comedy world. I used to work in the Foxhole, and we're just cool like that. That's my boy. He's like everyone's buddy. And I don't know the details of y'all's divorce, but I know it has nothing to do with me, and has nothing to do with any of my girls. All my girls on here are in relationships or married. That's kind of what I always kind of revel in out here. Like, I'm in a relationship 2.5 years. We're together. We live together. All my girls are married, and you see us with the group trips all the time and the group outings. That's just the way it is out here. I don't have any single thotty friends out here that's just like tossing it up for married men. I don't.
Well, according to the streets, word on the streets is Claudia is very well known to drop it low and spread it wide for married men. And look, it's nothing new. Nene talked about it on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Told her clit had left the building. Her ex-husband talked about it when he accused her of lying and said, they got married, for 8 hours or however long they got married. And then he released text and claimed that, yeah, it's a lot, child. Look, wait a minute. Here goes something. Andrea DeBarge would say the same thing. Andrea DeBarge is going through a divorce from Chico DeBarge after 9 years of marriage. She just now learned about his numerous affairs, including an extramarital affair with former Deal or No Deal model Claudia Jordan. So Claudia Jordan is no stranger to any of this. Not any of it. Look. Chico DeBarge's wife actually wrote a letter. I wonder if I can find it. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see. Cheating scandal victim speaks out against home wreckers. Oh, she wrote a whole long letter too. Oh, I ain't gonna read the whole thing. But she said, I am a little disappointed by these women who thinks it's okay to date, have sex, and consider a married man her boyfriend. More disappointed that she publicly announced it. Shouldn't she have some shame in such a situation? I could see maybe you made a mistake, but to carry on and make it public, knowing when this man has a wife at home, now to take it to a level of an imaginary status doesn't irk me as much as it does amuse me. See, that is a reflection of one seeking some type of validation and lacking self-worth because it wasn't good enough to be sleeping with a man, but it has to be this fairy tale romance and that I'm better than his wife mentality that you have to pretend to be more than. Maybe more than should have gotten you the ring. You actually should be grateful to me that you did not have to suffer a failed marriage, since women like you are the predators lying in wait. Don't mind the children. We know that nothing will stop you. Honey, Claudia has been read, honey. Claudia been read by some of these wives. So these wives know what they are dealing with when it comes to colorist Claudia Jordan. OMG, and her slew of friends. I guess they all doing it, honey. Look, this letter is, honey, this is when Claudia came out, said she was dating Chico DeBarge back in the day, honey. And his wife came forward and said all of this. I am disappointed that my marriage failed, and with the woman who participated with my husband to ensure that it would. I am thankfully through the pain and shame of having been with such a person who had no regard for his family. Now, the part that will make me rise is that you are now dishonoring the fact that there are children involved. My children. Do not think you will continue to belittle my marriage in the public eye without some recourse, especially when my children are watching. They have and were a product of a marriage based upon love. I do recognize that the word love, child, she was going in. Hold on, let me see what else she was saying. Hold on. I believe my cousin. Okay, well, she was saying she wrote all of this public letter to Claudia. So if y'all want it, it's right here. Andrea DeBarge. And she said the effects of the affairs which are affecting Andrea DeBarge reach more than just herself. The DeBarge's 4 beautiful children are always reaping what has been sown. And Claudia Jordan was the mistress, honey. That's what they had said on the blogs. And so, Nene said her clit had left the building. And so it's a long list of people. It's a long list of people. You said, I saw that. I almost choked. Chico said no guarantees. Okay. Chico was singing. He said no guarantees, honey. Clap back at Andrea, or she acting like she's above the drama. Honey, I don't know what she did. It's just so many different things. Hell, Claudia has done, when she got fired from Foxhole, she tried to throw out receipts saying Jamie Foxx was gay. When she got fired from the Ricky Smiley show, she tried to spread rumors on Ricky Smiley. That's why he don't like her. Look, y'all wonder why Claudia has had so many jobs and none of them stick. It's because of her mouth. It's because of her attitude. It's because of all the things that she has done. So Anyway, Claudia is not innocent. That's all I got to say. Claudia is not innocent, and we don't even care no more. Speaking of which, I think she decided to mention me on her live, and somebody, hold on, let me see. I don't even care, child. I really don't. Let me go through these DMs, child. This too long. Let me play a little bit. Let me see what it say.
Going back to 2004 and bring up stuff that's so old, that's been apologized for, addressed over and over again. And you're not going to define for some old shit. You just not. Are you defined as a bedwetter because you wet your bed when you was 2?
Oh, so she mad at me for calling her a colorist.
Yes. You're not grown. Have you not evolved? Like, you got to stop with this. Like, I use my platform, celebrating and uplifting Black people, not light-skinned Black people, Black people, period. And y'all want to put this on me. And whatever that girl's name.
She uplift her platform, uplifting Black people as if she is. She says she's not Black. You know, she's not Black. Hold on.
Want to keep on Colorist Claudia because it's an alliteration, the 2 C's. That's the only thing. That's the only thing about that. It's alliteration. So please stop. Because while you're talking that shit, I have to work. I'm out here.
Yeah, because somebody said, "What are you filming and working on?" We ain't gonna say yet now. But
what that say?
When you see it, you will see it.
Someone says Eddie Murphy barely holds up if you go back. It's amazing. Like,
oh, so she's trying to explain. Okay, I'm not gonna play all of this. Who really cares? Who really cares? We'll talk about it on Patreon. And
we say stuff that like
and go through it.
Right? We go to the edge and we say fucked up things, and that's kind of like what laugh because you're uncomfortable. You're like, oh my god, am I not supposed to laugh? And it sometimes it ages poorly, you know. Like, what are you supposed to do? Go back and apologize for every single bad joke you made that was like, because stuff that we say today is not going to be okay to say in 2 or 3 years. And at the time, it didn't seem inappropriate, or at the time we were just playing. Or at the time, I was just with my close circle and I didn't know the video was going to get up. You know what I mean? Like, if you think about it and you're honest, when y'all with your friends, I bet you say a lot of shit about people, and y'all. But only thing is with me, it gets there.
So she can say colorist things when she with her friends, but not. Oh, okay.
Do you think there's some truth to every joke?
I don't know. That's a good question. Kiara says, saying that you're a colorist is weird. You ride so hard for Black people. Thank you, Kiara Craft. Oh, and Kiara Craft, sang her face off. She lived in Houston. She started off being a fan of the old radio show that I was on, and then we became actual real friends because sometimes I like meet my fans out or the fans of the show, the listeners, and we just became so cool. Like, that is my girl. That's my girl. We need you on Real Housewives of Dallas next season. Oh, yeah? Oh, someone said, hold on, someone's a comment I want to read. Eviction.
Somebody said y'all ignoring Gary Owens for a reason. No, she already addressed Gary Owens. We did that at the beginning. That's why.
Obwe says, Claudia, what were you feeling working on the other day in Dallas? Well, I need a camera crew and good editors.
Okay, who cares? Hold on. I thought it was some
upcoming project that I'm working.
Where is it? Hold on.
Queen Manolo said, why do you misgender Black women? Is that what I misgender Black women? That's what I do to Black women. Let me tell you, motherfuckers, this, okay?
No, she's cussed.
You have got to stop being unrealistic. In life, you may argue with an individual. That person may be Black, white, gay, straight, cis, trans, Asian, Italian. You're arguing with that one person. And that one person, y'all have a disagreement. And y'all go through just next. And you say your shit. You arguing with that one individual does not mean you hate the community.
No.
Wait.
People that are in this chat. You have an argument with me.
So I guess they're talking about calling me Gary Coleman, and she's saying that she only argues with one person and something. But I've never argued with Claudia Jordan. I just called her a colorist and I pulled receipts. So, and she's admitted to being a colorist because she just said it on the live. And yeah, there's that. You said please turn off. We'll talk about it. Let me see it. Right. Deflecting. Definitely deflecting. So, she goes on. She says she does it for her people. It was also something in there where she said something about I drag people and she doesn't drag people over on Flop Soul, but that's debatable. Somebody was saying that she does the same thing that I do, whatever the case may be. I do it in HD, she do it from a grainy camera sitting in the closet. But there's that I do it on my own platform, she does it on somebody else's. She cannot hold anybody else's attention unless she got 2 gay men by her side or 3 has-been actresses by her side. She can't do it alone, because if you look on her YouTube channel, she can barely get 30 views on a video from 2 years ago. So I'm just me. I guess she mad I gotta sit here and beg for super chats, but she need to beg for super chats so that she can increase that Wi-Fi speed so she won't get frozen and her face be like this. But there is that. I have nothing left from Claudia. Like they say, her clit has left the building. She has dated everybody in Hollywood, from Kevin Hart to Jamie Foxx to Genuine to Chico DeBarge, to everybody. So look, and now she being outed by Gary Owen's wife. So anywho, it's 1700 of y'all in here. Thank you for listening to that little segment. I know it was a little bit boring, but I felt like I had to do it because my patrons was like, talk about Colorist Claudia. That's all I got for. She's still a colorist. She has admitted she's a colorist. She said those things 8-9 years ago. She didn't apologize for them. She just said she said them, and she said that she says things with her friends that she don't say publicly. But the difference is we called her out about it. So y'all keep calling out Colorist Claudia for being the colorist that she is. Now, you said these are my yes, child. Kevin Hart allegedly. We talked about RHOA in the beginning. Rewind. You said watch my mouth about Vivica. Well, they are over there, getting a little $100 check. But let's continue. Since we talk about failed marriages or marriages that work or whatever the case may be, let's talk about this black man, Derrick Jaxn. Y'all know who Derrick Jaxn is. Some of y'all do, some of y'all don't, some of y'all care, some of y'all won't. Derrick Jaxn is a YouTube guru. He is somebody who just happened to, have the gift of gab, and he apparently, started an audience, built a whole foundation of relationship advice geared towards black women, uplifting black women, calling black women queens, telling them, what they should and should not accept from black men. Now, for some reason, there has been a witch hunt for Derrick Jaxn. It's like everybody wants him to fail. Like it's crazy to me. Like it was interesting that a few years back, this blogger by the name of Camille's Corner did a video about Derrick Jaxn and how he and Lil Boosie, aka Tasha K, had got into it after Derrick Jaxn refused to he talked about Cardi B, but he didn't talk about Cardi B in the way Lil Boosie wanted him to talk about Cardi B. Ever since then, Lil Boosie has been out to get him. Now, I could care less about the exposing culture, the council culture, any of that. We know what has happened since then. We know that some side chicks have came forward while, they say that he was separated from his wife. We know that he has come forward and apologized to his audience and said, I was separated from my wife and I'm building a foundation. And now he has a book called Let's Heal Together. But, it's just interesting how Lil Boosie is Boozie. For those of you who don't know, Lil Boosie is the rapper. Lil Boozie is that YouTuber over there who, boozes it up with wine. But Lil Boozie actually, found pleasure in, trying to destroy this man's reputation and brand simply, by outing his side chicks and all of this. Now, a few years ago, she was claiming that he was married to a white woman. She said that Lil Boosie, aka Tasha K, said that Derrick Jaxn was married to a white woman, and she tried to, form that narrative in order for people to, like, I guess, stop listening to him because so many black women were interested in him. He's a handsome guy. He does give great advice. I do, and he's human. But I want to pull these receipts real quick, and then I'm gonna talk about Derrick Jaxn. I just want to talk about the agenda first, and then I'm gonna talk about the actual action that happened after the fact. Now, I always kind of think outside the box when it comes to certain things, and I may be wrong and I may be right, whatever the case may be. But some things I just don't ride with. I just don't. Like, we all do the same thing. We all sitting up here. We all built our platforms for nothing. Most of us, some of us, have degrees, and some of us do not. Some of them just have the gift of gab. And at the end of the day, if you have talent, sometimes you can build an audience. Now, hold on, let me put this in here. So that's Derrick and DaNaia. Derrick Jaxn and his wife DaNaia. Most of us haven't even seen his wife before they went online to issue their apology. I won't, bother y'all with the lengthy apology. I'm sure y'all have heard it, or maybe y'all haven't. I don't know. But, here are the few receipts that I could pull, and they're probably a little bit blurry because they old. But here are, hold on. That was old. Hold on. Let me start from the beginning. Here it is. Tag Derrick Jaxn. We need his input on surviving Cardi B drugging and robbing admission. Tag him, please. So Unwind with Tasha K was a fan of Derrick Jaxn, and she actually, was like, Derrick Jaxn, we need answers. Tag him. I want him to talk about this, since Derrick Jaxn had a huge following even before Tasha K did. I guess this was in 2019. So it's been about 2 years. So she was trying to build her platform. She was trying to get his attention to build it. Derrick Jaxn responded and said, look, just Googled it, wow, and bet. So Tasha K was like really happy. Stay tuned. We summon our king Derrick Jaxn to break this surviving Cardi B down. How does one confess to drugging and robbing men to pay for studio time? So she felt that Derrick Jaxn was going, go hard, about the situation. Here's another tweet from him. He said, I'm going to look into it. I don't take stuff like this lightly with anyone. And if it's true, then it needs to be addressed in a constructive way. And I will do just that. If it's not true, then Cardi deserves to have her name cleared. So y'all know Lil Boosie has a very, very, very long-term obsession with Cardi B. Okay. She's involved in a lawsuit with Cardi B. Cardi B has accused her of defamation and slander. The lawsuit is still going on to this day. I think they was in court last week. They go back to court in April. And so it's a lot. So she has since, Lil Boosie has since deleted a lot of that stuff. But when he talked about Cardi B, I wonder if I could pull that up. Let me see. Hold on. When he talked about Cardi B, it wasn't what Tasha K wanted him to say. Hold on. And I'm gonna get to the other stuff in a minute, but y'all know I like to start at the beginning. Hold on. Cardi B. Nah, I can't find it. Here it is. Surviving Cardi B. No, that ain't it. I probably can't find it with all this other Derrick Jaxn stuff. It's so much Derrick Jaxn stuff. Is this it? Let me see. Nope. I was hoping I could show you the Derrick Jaxn Cardi B thing. But anyway, when he did his video on Cardi B, he basically said that, the men were trying to pay her for sex. She was most likely may have been underage, whatever the case may be. She was a prostitute. Prostitution is illegal. And if, she claims to have drugged and stole money from them, then that was illegal too. One crime doesn't negate the other. They both were involved in criminal activity. So you can't drag Cardi B and say surviving Cardi B when neither one of them are victims. So Tasha K didn't like that he said that. And when he did that, all of a sudden, instead of being, the king that, Tasha K claimed he was a villain, and she started to villainize him. It was interesting because, hold on, after he did that video, she says this. I'm really shocked that you would would hold Charlemagne accountable for admitting to drugging and raping, but you give Cardi B a pass. You see, there are double standards. Men can't get away with the same shit men do. Cardi didn't have to do this. She justified why she did it. So she tagged him again, Derrick Jaxn. She drugged and robbed men to purposely pay for studio time. She didn't feel bad for robbing them. She used her tears as sympathy. There are plenty of women who are strippers that don't stoop to that level. So, you know, she was trying to get him to say one thing, he said another, and then she came back with this. Damn, I received a phone call saying that a few women want to come forward alleging that Derrick Jaxn made bastard babies, beat women, and forced abortion, and is currently dogging child support. One is a doctor. This was in 2019. She didn't drop it in 2019. I guess it took her 2 years to find some side chick to come forward. But I digress. She also said, man, I don't know if this is true, but they hopped in my DM after I disagreed with his Cardi B post to say that he won't call her out because he apparently is the same way towards women. She's gathering the women now. I need these deeps. I hope this ain't true, and I gotta watch who I shout out next time. Hashtag Derrick Jaxn. So yeah, she's very, very vindictive. And again, I don't think he should have responded either, but it is what it is. People are human. So again, after Tasha K came out with her expose 2 years after the fact, after saying that she had all of these receipts, apparently, you know, she had to wait for him to come out or to actually happen first before she gathered them, because the receipts that she had apparently happened in 2020 and this was in 2019. But whatever. It's so crazy. So now Derrick Jaxn responded with an apology. His first apology was on YouTube where he was sitting alone. He said a lot. He pulled dates. You could tell that he was rattled. It seems like, you know, a lot of his 1 million+ following were like dragging him. And it's crazy because I feel like people build people up to tear people down. But there's that. Then he went on live with his wife on Instagram, and you know, and sitting beside his wife, they seemed to be a little contrite. He seemed to be apologetic. He was like, he cheated. He wanted to make it work with his wife. His wife was there. People were saying blink 3 times if you are are being held hostage. She didn't want to be on camera. You can tell she didn't want to be on camera. But whatever the case may be, if this happened last year before, it's like they have gone through it. I've been married before. We all know you've been married before. Whatever you go through with you and your husband, it's a covenant between you and your husband and God, and y'all deal with it. Y'all do not have to deal with it publicly. But since he decided to be a relationship guru, the witch hunt is on, and they want to destroy him and say that what he was saying is not true. Now, DaNaia has now come forward, and I'm fast forwarding this story because I'm a little late, but that's okay. DaNaia has come forward today and actually did a video and said that, hold on, let me show her video, because I'd rather show her video than show the apology video. And she said that, look, I didn't have to get on camera. I wanted to get on camera, and this is my husband, and this is what I have chosen to do. So here is what she said. Oops, wrong one. Hold on.
Hey world, this is DaNaia Jackson here. Here to answer a question. I keep on getting this question. Why now? Did Derrick beat you and drag you to save him? Well, first, let me say that only Jesus Christ can save Derrick. Okay, only Jesus can save him. He has already done that. And now Derrick is laying in the bed that he made with the actions that he took. And the only person that saved him from that and can save him from it is Jesus Christ. I can't do anything, say anything to do that. His actions were his actions, and unfortunately other people decided that they wanted to take whatever they wanted to do and run with that. But no weapons formed against us shall prosper on that piece. Why am I speaking now? I've come to confront the issue that says you cannot be healed, that it takes this amount of time for you to be healed, that you have to be depressed, have anxiety, hide your face, You once a cheater, always a cheater. You are this and we are this and we are that. You can never overcome this situation. There's always someone better. Well, those are lies from the pit of hell. But it's because what we don't understand is that there is a spiritual war going on. So though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh. So when we understand it and we understand the things that are behind the action and the behavior, then we know that, hey, there is a spiritual battle that is going on. And I've come to confront and to reveal the plot and the scheme of the enemy that says, you cannot have this. You cannot be healed. You cannot be set free. You have to stay in bondage. You have to leave. You have to divorce X, Y, Z, and the third because of this thing. Well, you do not have to do those things. Just because something is dead does not mean it cannot be resurrected by the blood of Jesus Christ, by the resurrection power of Jesus Christ. And that is what he did in our situation. So I've come to testify. I've come to be a witness to you. I've come to set you free. I've come to share the pain and to testify. I know the pain that comes from certain aspects of this type of situation, but that does not define who you are. You don't have to stay in bondage to that. You don't have to stay with bitter roots that says, forget this person, forget marriage, forget all of these things, because those are roots of bitterness and anger, and that requires deliverance. So I've come to be a witness as my Lord and Savior has commanded me to be. Second to that, I never had a desire to come and speak to the public in this capacity, and being attached to someone who is a great public figure, a great orator who presents himself well, can be a lot to deal with, especially with coming to the world who says you have to look a certain way, you have to sit up proper a certain way, you have to articulate yourself a certain way, you have to wear your hair a certain way, you have to do all of these things, which I'm not. I don't meet up to that. I don't care about these things that says, oh, I have to do all these things, I have to wear a certain thing, I have to have the right lighting and all these things. That is not my ministry. Okay. I'm going to be who the Lord has told me to be. He told me I am his daughter, I am his warrior. And he told me, DaNaia Jackson, arise and testify and speak and spread the word of the gospel and spread the good news that I heal, I deliver, I set free, I resurrect from the dead. He can resurrect your finances. He can resurrect your marriage. He can resurrect you. He can resurrect every aspect of your life, because we can do nothing without him. And when we learn that, then we are able to move freely and have the peace that we deserve. So when the enemy comes to steal, kill, and destroy your marriage, you, your family, you can disarm him with the blood of the Lamb and the word of your testimony. You can disarm him with not allowing him and exposing the plot and the scheme of the enemy that says you cannot recover. You cannot have healing, that you are this and you are that. Well, Satan is a lie. And I've come to share that. That is what I have to offer out of all of this. So what the enemy has meant for evil in this situation that has become public is been turned for good. And with that, I will do as I'm commanded to do by my master, Jesus Christ, and I will confront these issues head on. And for those who have shared that they have been inspired, that they are finding strength in their own situations, I want to say, be encouraged. It is a journey and a process, and you have the Lord as your shield and your mighty buckler to push through. Speak with boldness, speak with no fear, be unashamed of who you are and what the Lord has called you to do, and the healing that he has given to you, no matter what the situation is. So that's all I have to say on that. Again, I appreciate everybody who has been inspired, who has shown love, who is rooting for us, and for everybody else, every demonic tongue speaking against us be condemned now in the name of Jesus. I release the blessings of the Lord upon your lives, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye. Hey, world.
Oh, y'all are wrong. Like, I don't understand why are y'all dragging the wife? The wife ain't got nothing to do with this. She has committed to her husband. I don't understand. You said she is going to be bitter in 10 years because she didn't waste the time with that man. Look, you can't say that. You don't know. Her marriage may be perfect from now on out. You don't know. People change. And that is, my issue with this whole situation and this whole council culture and this whole mob mentality and everybody attacking, the wife and saying she's ugly and saying her hair looks this way and her hair looks that way. How you know her hair didn't always look that way? How do you know what's going on in her mind? How do you know what's going on? How do you know she's in the sunken place? How do you know she's just not saved and committed her Lord to Jesus Christ? I don't know. But what I do know, you saying stop it, but I'm just saying, but like here's the thing. Y'all want a man who committed, right? Y'all want a man who is committed. Y'all want a man to speak positively of you. Y'all want especially a black man who is all those things, who tells the truth, who admits his flaws. Y'all want all of these things, and then when a man does that, you want to counsel him and say that he ain't shit and let's move on. I'm trying to figure out, but y'all gonna praise the other men who sit up there and tell y'all that black men ain't shit and he don't want y'all unless you wear a size 2 and you got a small waist and you wear weave and you do that. Like, I'm just trying to figure out. I'm just so conflicted. Like, this is like the man that y'all actually won't or claim to praise. This is that black man that has flaws. Half of y'all have fornicated, have cheated. Y'all man cheated on you right now. Y'all ain't even married and you went back to him. So I'm trying to figure out, like, why does this person has to be canceled as opposed to anybody else, especially in light of this agenda that's going on to cancel him. Like, why we can't have a man that is speaks positively and uplifts black women? As soon as there is one, all of a sudden we are all, the women included, all of us want to tear him down and be like, I knew he was a no good Negro. I knew he was just like the rest. I knew he ain't shit. I knew. And look, I'm not standing up for him because everything he did was wrong. He said he was married but separated and still cheated. But y'all ain't dragging the side chick. Y'all ain't saying nothing about the woman who came into this woman's house, saw this woman's belongings, in this woman's house, saw children's pictures and everything, and then chose to sleep with this man. Y'all ain't saying nothing about that. Y'all giving her a pass. She cool, but let's drag him. I don't understand. You saying it's a fraud though? How is he a fraud? If he's sitting there telling y'all, about relationships, that doesn't mean he's a fraud, or does it? Does that negate his relationship advice simply because that he has walked amongst it? Like, I'm just saying, like, Jesus walked amongst the whores and the prostitutes. Does that mean that he can't give y'all advice? She is a strong woman. Child, I don't know. This is one reason why I didn't want to talk about it was because it's just draining to see the vindictiveness of some people who get such joy in trying to destroy a relationship and a marriage. Whatever they going through in a relationship and a marriage, I get it. That's his job to be, to discuss relationships. But why do we have to tear his down so vindictively? Why is it that, okay, one side chick came out, two side chick came out? Who cares if 10 side chicks come out? If he say, during this period of time, he wasn't with his wife, he was trying to find himself, and now he's back, why not just let them do what they got to do? He wrote a whole book, child. I ain't got nothing to do with selling that book, but it is. I don't know. You said he should be canceled. I don't think nobody can cancel you but God. I don't think nobody can be canceled. If anything, y'all need to cancel Lil Boosie. She the one sitting over there doing all this stuff. We should give mercy if we want mercy. Exactly. There are no perfect people? Where is your perfection? I'm just trying to figure this out. So y'all don't give y'all friends advices and still, sitting up there taking shit from y'all, man. Y'all explain it to me. You said he ruined it. I don't know. I'm torn in this situation. I look, this is one of the reasons why I halfway want to quit blogging, because I don't want to be that girl that people be looking at and be scared of, thinking I'm going to expose them for this, that, and the third. I am not that girl. I talk about people on reality shows, child. I talk about damn celebrities like these bloggers who doing blog stuff. Like, why is it jealousy? Like, why would somebody go after this man's livelihood and try to like totally destroy it based on the fact that he cheated on his wife? I don't get it. But I would love to hear from you guys. I think I didn't talk for a whole hour. I didn't even realize it. Let me see what y'all saying. How is he cheating in a pandemic? I mean, we got AIDS, HIV, and the Rona too. Look, he say it was last year. Was it the pandemic? Look, I don't know the dates, but I can't. Look, I'm not trying to defend the man. I'm just saying. Michelle, would you stay and forgive a cheating husband? I actually did, John. I stayed with my cheating ass husband, and then I left after he cheated the second time. I gave him an opportunity. But I mean, that's within a marriage, you already know that people are humans. Certain things will happen. Who knows? The strength of the flesh is strong, honey. Who knows what may happen and who may be apologetic, later on. It might be the wife, it might be the husband, but whatever the case may be, if y'all are committed to each other, it's up to you to decide, what you're willing to accept or not. Yes, I was married, honey. I was married for 10 years, honey. 10 years too long. Exactly. Be careful of those stones you throw. Be careful, because everybody's marriage is not perfect. And that's not to say you have to stay with a cheating man. That's not to say that. But what I'm saying is that just decide what what you're willing to, accept from your mate, and what you can accept, what you can't accept, and move on. What you can forgive, what you cannot forgive, and move on. And there's that. Hey, squad. You said women, you need to go into a relationship knowing this will happen, either accept it or join it. I don't think it will happen all the time, J Farm D. And I look, I ain't gonna even say that. But yeah, I don't think it will happen every single time. And again, why do you direct that to women? Why not direct that to men as well? If you are in a relationship with a man, like gay men give women relationships all the time, okay? But do you say that you're gonna leave your husband, your gay male husband, if he cheats on you? Absolutely not. So I don't know. Let the man cheat in peace. She's gonna stay. He cheated the whole relationship before, and that's allegedly. You don't know what that man did. You just know what the people say he did. I accept no cheating. That's why I'm single as fuck. That's probably why I'm single as fuck now. But again, you don't know what anybody can accept in their relationships. It's some people cheating on each other right now. Ain't even married. Cheating. Go back. Still cheating. Click the link to join. Let me put the link in here for a little while. I'll take a few. I know I talked for a long time. I had so many did I? Damn, I didn't even talk about Lil Mama. I guess I'll talk about that. I'll talk about that another day. I guess I could talk about it, but who cares? Let me see what Jazmine talking about. Hey Jazmine, why she hang up? Jazmine, why you hang up? This world is crazy. And they clowning Saweetie instead of Quavo. Now they're clowning this woman. It's mainly women who are throwing the shade. It's sad. Black women want protection, but look at how we support each other. Black people want protection, and look at how we support each other. We constantly tearing down our own heroes, and that's what I don't like that either. It's just so unfortunate. But anyway, let me continue. Hold on. Hey Vanjie.
Hey, Michelle, how you doing?
Good. How you doing?
Child, I was going to send the FBI to find you, the CIA, all kind of military command. I'm like, where is this woman? You had me worried. I was about to go to Claudia's channel and cuss her out. Where you got, Michelle? I'm serious. I thought they kidnapped you or something. I'm like, girl, you need to produce before we start going down there on Fox, whatever it is she be on. It's like, but why they are jealous? They are jealous of you, Michelle, because that day, that's why she's talking like that, because that day it was like you was getting so much super shots, and they had the little trolls in the chat, because a friend of mine,
You talk about Claudia. Okay,
Claudia,
good.
yeah, a friend of mine told me, it's like she's like Banji, they just jealous of that woman because that woman have people that really give her money, and like people love her and stuff like that, and they seen all of these things, Funky Dineva, they seen all of these things, and they can't take it because we love you. They have a lot of people, I know they get the clicks and stuff, but people are not that supported like how we are to you, because we love you. And whatever we do with our money, you can't tell us what to do with money. Nobody can tell people how to give money and stuff like that. They're talking about super chat. She wish she had your super chats, honey, because you have a lot of people that bless you. Okay.
Thank you.
And Kenya, with that Native American thing, I want to tell you something. My daughter's grandmother and her donor side, if is she's Native too, and she's so she explained to my daughter, so my daughter can know for herself about her culture, because she's Kuna, and the Kunas came like to a city in Darien that borders with Colombia. And she always told my daughter that since Indians got to prove who are they, because people came and take their land, that's why it's so sensitive that you don't do certain things to offend, because they take it personally, because they are the only ones that have to prove who they are. I'm coming from this tribe. This is my card. To prove that you are a native. So that's why they got offended. She's like, oh, I have Indian. That don't work like that. You gotta say you got Indian, what tribe, what, you gotta mention all of those things. You can just say you Indian. You got to know your stuff. And I know that because my ex mother-in-law, she told my daughter what she needed to know and what she didn't needed to know about the Indians, because her grandma is a native, and and she knows all the offense. That's why I know when Kenya came up with that stuff, it was offensive, because they're the only tribe that have to prove who they are. You can't be doing that. They're very sensitive, and that's all it is. About the dude that cheating on his wife and stuff like that, like really and truly, like Tasha, you can take nobody and put them on no pedestal. Like, everybody is human. You cannot take nobody and put them on no pedestal. Oh, what do he know about Cardi B and all this? You put in an imperfect man and giving him like power, like he is this great thing. Like God give us the right to choose between right and wrong. Okay, so she talking about Jesus Jesus ain't helping him. He need to help himself. Okay, and if she forgive him, that's nobody business. A woman can forgive her man, and things can change, and they can move on. Is that's what she wants to do? People shouldn't tell her what to do. You can't tell a victim what to do. They got to come to their own conclusions. If they don't want to help themselves, you can't help nobody. If she wants him like that, then hey, leave her alone. If he wants to be cheating, she like it, then leave her alone. I know I would kill my husband a long time ago. He would have been, I would have been behind bars. You would have been looking at me. I'd be like, hey, I know nobody can bail me, but hey, I would have killed him. But, that's what she wants to do. She's a young girl. She has a right to forgive her husband. The Bible don't say because of fornication or adultery, you need to get divorced. The Bible don't say that. God put the divorce decree for the woman because men back in the days, they were loving on each other and wasn't loving on the woman, and the Bible says it. And that's why, to give the woman them a right for they can keep on with their life, and that's in the Bible. So if the Bible says that, like, if you don't have to divorce your husband just because he commit a sin, you can forgive. you know, and you can move on. A lot of people have done that. But he can't be on this internet streets talking all that crap now and doing other things and trying to sell the book like oh, I need to treat bad women like you done. They said they live here in Colorado. I don't know what part of Colorado he lives, and I don't know where he's picking up women because child, Colorado is super white, and I don't know where he picking up all these women. I'm sorry. I'm gone, Michelle, because this dog bothered me.
Michelle, you muted.
Why you hang up on me?
No, because at first I called in to tell you don't forget about Lil Mama, but you said it like right when I called in, and I didn't think you saw me, so I just hung up.
Yeah, I forgot all about Lil Mama. I looked at that clock and saw I had been talking for an hour. I'm like, Lil Mama have to wait.
She gonna make us wait, y'all. I forgot what I was gonna say.
Y'all still want to talk about it?
Yeah, I want to know what you was gonna say.
Oh, I mean, I don't even know what I was gonna say.
Because I didn't know what happened. What happened?
Just
They want you to talk. Okay.
Okay, they want me to talk about. Look, y'all put one in the chat if y'all want me to talk about Lil Mama. Let me see what the people say.
They said get rid of me.
Yeah, because you be blocking people.
Reality TV fan be harassing people in the chat, Michelle. They want you to talk about it.
Okay, let me talk about it real quick. Oh, you gonna stay on while I talk about it?
Yeah. You feel it hang up. Michelle be trying to play, y'all.
Excuse me. Okay, so Lil Mama. Okay, y'all know Lil Mama was in the news recently. Okay, and she I don't even know where I was gonna start. Oh, okay. So she caught backlash originally after suggesting that children were too young to change their sexes, change their gender. And you know, a lot of people were considering her commentary transphobic, especially since they were said right after Zaya Wade and Michelle Obama's interview went viral. Lil Mama posted a tweet questioning how children were allowed to give consent to matters related to their genitals and or gender, but are prohibited from doing various other things until becoming a legally consenting adult. She also quoted, "Depopulation at any cost. Cat fights, sword fights. Used to be a cat, now I'm a dog. Whatever to stop new life reproduction." So people started dragging her. A few weeks later, she was back in the news and she posted this. Hold on, let me put this up here. Hold on. You know how I do. Let me move Derrick Jaxn out the way. Lil Mama. Okay. She posted this anti-LGBTQ bullying because she received a bunch of backlash after saying that, you know, about the gender situation. She said, "I'm about to start a heterosexual rights movement, anti-LGBTQ bullying. Y'all fight so hard to be respected, and some of you, not all, get a kick out of bullying people for having an option." I'm sure she meant opinion. How they dress, how their hair and or makeup looks, how much money they have, etc. There are so many people afraid to give their honest opinion because if they do, the LGBTQ plus will hear what they want to hear and take statements out of context. I don't have to prove myself by reminding people that I have loved ones of the LGBTQ plus community. When I speak, I'm not trying to hurt anyone. I'm just speaking my truth, just like all of you. Now, I don't know if y'all knew here, but y'all know I have said the exact same thing. And there's nothing wrong with what Lil Mama said, but it's like no one can have an opinion unless that opinion, you know, is comparable to what the LGBT community considers, you know, acceptable. And I think that's wrong. That's a form of bullying. If you can't say how you really feel without being dragged, without being labeled homophobia, transphobic, whatever phobic, then it's an issue. Like, because your way it's not their way or the highway. And I feel like, you know, she's right. So you know, she's been going back and forth with some people online as well. You know, Jackie Harry situation. Jackie Harry from 227 made a comment about it. It actually said wisdom comes from an exclusive club with interest based solely on dues until you've already paid in full. And she also said her lip gloss wasn't popping anyway. Lil Mama responded to Jackie Harry, oh child, this getting messy, and said this. Hold on.
Oh my God.
Here it is. Thought you was a sister, more like sister act. That's the problem now. These new young girls don't respect y'all old bitches. Why? Because y'all don't reach out and provide genuine counsel. You play these internet childish games and end up in a childish mix. Where are our role models? Because I'm tired of y'all old Hollywood bush. Kiss my ass, Jackie.
Jackie mad because she was married to what's his name with the
Ooh,
hair?
yes,
El-
Jackie's husband was gay.
Elgin Charles. She mad she was married to him. Jackie need to
Ooh,
be quiet.
Jackie was the Star Jones before Star Jones was.
Exactly. So what she?
That's why that's probably why she feels like she's a member of the LGBTQ community as well.
Mm-hmm.
You just reminded me of that. They go
How could
Jackie
you
in the
forget,
blood.
Michelle?
How she didn't know he was gay with that perm?
Y'all remember him? He remember he had a show and everything, I think. But
Yes, and then they still lived together after the fact. That
mm-hmm.
like it was a lot. I guess he didn't look gay he didn't look
He didn't
gay.
really look. He just looked, I
He had
guess,
his little fade when they was on the
mature.
cover of Jet in 1996. But
See,
yeah.
that's why she talking. She need to be quiet. Anyways, oh, I wanted to say too, Kenya is. I don't really like Kenya, but I think Kenya's a smart woman, and I think she knew better about that Native American garb as a
Of course she knew
costume.
better. Of course she knew better. She know them ratings low too.
Yeah. Anyway, free candy. Okay, you going on Patreon?
Probably if y'all let me go.
Okay, bye. I'm gonna hang up.
Thank you, Jezebel.
You're welcome.
Bye. Hold on, y'all. Hey, Sinitra.
Hey, Michelle, we so glad you back.
Thank you.
Girl, I've been watching this show and dying laughing. I got to touch on Lil Mama first. Lil Mama ain't told no lies. And
At
Jackie,
all.
stop. You an older woman. We ain't got no business talking to our younger sisters like that. Talking about your lip gloss wasn't popping. Hell, for you, on what you know about lip gloss? We don't wear
Her
lip gloss.
husband's lip gloss was popping.
Thank you. We wear lipstick. We wear rouge. We ain't wearing no highlighter. Like, leave them little girls alone. Let them do their thing and stop trying to, disgrace and embarrass and humiliate younger women. It's not cute.
And who asked her anyway? Like what? Like
Nobody.
where did it come from?
Absolutely nobody asked her. Please sit down somewhere and stop. When it was your turn, you did and said everything you wanted to do. You wore your little tight dresses, them big old Patti LaBelle wigs. You did it all, and ain't nobody bothered with you. So now leave these young girls alone. They have a right to develop their voices, their personalities, and what kind of imprint and legacy they want to leave. Maybe that's what she wants to leave behind. That hey, I spoke up and I said what I felt, whether it was popular or unpopular. She said it. And I don't think she said nothing wrong. She said how she felt. And it's okay to have a differing opinion. And I've said that before. You can have a different opinion and still love people. It doesn't mean you hate them because you think something different.
Right.
We can holler tolerance all day, but while we talking about tolerance, you have to learn to tolerate other people's opinion. Everybody ain't gonna agree with you.
You right.
They just ain't. If you ask me, I think I got the best collard greens in the South. But when they went to the collard green festival, they took second place. That don't mean that my greens wasn't the best to me, but somebody else had a different opinion. I didn't say, "Oh, y'all hate me, y'all hating on me." It's just the truth. Come on now.
Which can we drag colorist Claudia Jordan? Because I'm sure she's here watching.
You know what? Let's go on and drag this heifer till we skin her knees. First of all, when she sat up there and said she ain't never went with nobody's husband, I hollered and almost threw my iPad. You lying cow. Since when you ain't slept with people's husband? Is she born again now? So all her past is cast away. She's another one of them that laid up with any and everybody who would have her nasty behind. And ain't none of them kept her. Now I don't know whether it was her mouth or her feet, but one of them ran the men off. And it wasn't because she didn't have a friendly coochie. Because we all know she did. Nene told her clip done left the building. That whole thing done left. If it's still down there. It could, at this point, it could just be a void, like a black hole. We don't know what's left down there.
Wait, they got a list. Hold on. Let me see if I put this.
Not the list, girl.
Child, you know they got a list, child.
Let me clutch my invisible pearls. I got to clutch them.
Trey Songz, Kerry Rose, Dwight Freeney, Sean Billups, Darren Sharper, Kevin Hart, Shamar Moore, Boris Kojo. He was married. Kevin Hart was married. Datari Turner, Diddy, Chico DeBarge was married. Michael Jai White was married. Tyrese, I guess he was married at the time. Genuine was married. Nelly, Maurice, Jamie Foxx, Curtis Martin, and that's just a short list. And this according to the internet.
Oh, girl. So see, first of all, after number one on that list, I know ain't nothing left down there. We all seen what Trey Songz was working with. If you survive that, ain't nothing left. Ain't nothing left. This we know. Because Trey was generous enough to show us all about his tool shed. And I don't want nothing to do with his tool shed.
Look, Snoop Dogg was married.
Yeah. That's how she like him. And now this lady calling her out about her husband. Now she want to pretend like she got morals and values and all her friends is, girl, bye. Claudia, bye. That lady called you out because you had something to do with it.
Ooh.
That lady called you out because you had
Datari. Wait. So somebody said, wasn't Datari her husband? I'm gonna show you what Datari had said. Hold on. You know we be pulling receipts. Hold on.
I know you got the receipts.
Hold on. I want to pull what he had said back then. He released some text and stuff from her too.
Ooh.
He didn't like her much. So
do any of them like her much?
Right. Hold on. Let me put this in there. Share. Bam. Datari. Bam. Okay. You can lie to the people, but you can't lie to me. Like Pac said back in 96, I got my mind right and my money right. Nigga, quit playing yourself. It's already hard for you to eat in these streets. He was tweeting this about Claudia. Chris Rock said it best in his stand-up routine. You got to watch what you say, baby. I was engaged to only one person, and that person ain't been in Hollywood for 20 years. And all they got to show for it is hosting an internet radio show. LOL. For the record, I was never legally married to that girl. I ain't never claimed her, so please stop referring to me as your ex. Thanks. I've been quite quiet about the shit too long. Only so much I could take. That was from Datari. And here go, look, he released these texts, said she had an abortion when she was 40. I went through a motherfucking abortion at 40 because you didn't have your shit together. So yes, this pisses me off to no end. If you had your shit together, we'd be preparing for the arrival of our child. So yes, this pisses me off. And no, I don't understand why you would keep doing this to yourself and to me. So she admitted all of this, and she was getting dragged about this because, like, if you really wanted a baby, why are you gonna have an abortion when you're 40? And why you still having unprotected sex at 40? Like you don't know how a baby is made. But look,
girl,
I don't make the news. I just write about it on the internet.
All of them. What was those tweets from Datari?
Yes.
Girl, that was a diss track. Now she got 48 hours to respond. That was a whole diss track, is what that was.
Honey, it was old. This old though. I don't know how old it is, but this when they, when she was telling people they used to be married. So he went on a Twitter rant and basically said, no, I was never legally married to that girl. I ain't never claimed her. So please stop referring to me as your ex. Thanks.
Girl, why did it sound like this was a cupcake track? Like this was a straight diss track. Like that was brutal.
Okay.
That was brutal. Every man deal with her end up not liking her. I don't know what she doing to him, whether it's them toes, she go to sleep and tear up their good sheets. I don't know. But
now she over on Flop Soul trying to use their platform to drag her exes and stuff, child.
Yeah, and got the nerve to be mad because somebody called her out about misgendering black women. Girl, bye, you did it. You did it. I was talking about one person where you was talking about a black woman and black women, and we didn't appreciate it.
But she here for her people. That's my people.
Who is her people? The beige people? The beige people don't speak for the black people. Because didn't that have to say she was beige? Ain't that what she said?
That's what she said. She was beige.
So
You can't see black people in the dark. You can't see nothing but their teeth.
right. So when did beige people become the spokespeople for black people? Please tell me.
Good question.
I ain't designated one beige heifer to talk for me, not one.
Good question.
And then on to Skin Your Snore, Jesus.
Oh Lord. Okay.
Listen, you knew she knew better. I felt like she was trying to use this as her springboard to say, I got Indian in my family. You know, that real extra hood stuff. That's what I think she was trying to use it for, a springboard to do for ratings and to get people talking. And instead, it backfired.
Mm-hmm.
It backfired real bad. It did. And it wasn't a good look. She looked ridiculous. It was insulting and rude. And I wouldn't have done that to nobody. You don't want people running around in blackface and whatnot. So
but why people calling out now? They saying Kenya wasn't the only one. You saw this.
But see, like you said, Nene tried to tell him it's a problem at the darn with these.
But I'm talking about even the Indian situation. It's like, why y'all making Kenya apologize? Eva had on the Indian, Garcelle, Portia. Who that down there? That's Portia too. There go Drew with an Indian outfit on. So I mean,
but this is the thing. Was any of this on national television on a national TV show?
Right.
So you know what I'm saying? People kill me apples and oranges. Everything is context. It's all context. So when you come on national television with your silly behind with a war bonnet on, you are not a man. Why, ma'am, are you wearing a war bonnet? Ain't nothing about Kenya Manley, not even that fake booty. She is very much a girl. Why were you wearing a war bonnet?
But what about this costume?
Oh, girl, that worried my nerves. That worried my nerves for a lot of reasons. Because we know she does not even really represent African culture. She never has. She never has. And it wasn't enough to just get braids. You had to go get tribal braids, put African jewelry around your neck with an African print dress on, all these rings and whatnot in your hair. It was very much a caricature. Is what it was. There was no respect for the culture. It was just tacky. In true Kenya Moore fashion. So with that, I wasn't even offended. It was like, well, you know what? Even if you tacky and ignorant as hell, you are an African woman. I'm gonna give you that. You did no research. You just threw yourself together, and it is what it is. But you don't go and insult an entire group of people and assume that it's going to be okay. Just like we gonna cry bloody murder if somebody go paint their face black on national television, them people had a right to cry bloody murder, and I'm glad they got her. I'm glad they gathered her together as they should have.
And they did.
Now on to cousin Derrick. Derrick. Listen, I have an unpopular opinion. I don't really care what he did while he was separated from his wife.
That's how I feel.
I don't care. Because guess what? Number one, he ain't married to me. Papa ain't when it did nothing that I know about. You know, and as married women, this is the other thing. Every one of us have to say that I know about. You don't know what your husband doing when you ain't looking at him. You don't. You think you know. And some of us who've been married before, multiple times and whatnot, every one of us then had a no good man. And every one of us have given advice to our girlfriends, girl, you need to leave him, and went right back home to that no good Negro of yours. In the words of Betty Wright, you might be doing the same thing too. It's just that you know me and I don't know you. So because we know them, everybody loud making all this noise, but you doing the same thing. You got a joker there right now telling you to help him pay half the bills. And you know he was messing with Bonquisha last week, and he's still in your house. Skid marks and all.
What about the whole mob mentality of trying to just tear him down and cancel him? Because my thing is, man got millions of subscribers and followers or whatever. Y'all being mad 3 days from now, y'all gonna forget all about this. They might pull another mistress out there. 3 days from that, y'all gonna forget about that. You know what I'm saying? It's on to the next. I personally don't feel like he should have said a word. He should have just sat there, ate his food, let them drag him, and then sold his book the next day, because people still gonna buy it. He's still gonna have supporters. People, like at the end of the day, like the people who are gonna be mad at him. Some of them may not watch him no more, and some of them may continue to watch him just to try to see him fail. But he's winning either way it goes.
That's the thing. And see, I'm gonna tell you what this is, what I see, and I could be wrong. I ain't nobody, but what I see here is a clear pathology. The pathology is this Negro had the audacity and the temerity to sit on in front of a camera and say good things about Black women and how Black women should be respected and treated fairly and not cheated on and not manipulated and not abused. But basically was the crux of all his
Audacity. You're
videos.
right.
Like that was just it. How dare you? How dare
That
you?
made him a mark right there. That made
You
him
was
a
a
target.
And but now this is the sad part. This is where the real pathology comes in. Is that this is where the real hatred for Black women comes into play. This man is being crucified for not attacking Black women. This is his crime. Not just for not even for just not attacking Black women, but having the audacity to uplift a Black woman. How dare you? And then you married to a Black woman. Negro, how dare you? And then you got all the dusties waiting in the bushes. Please mess up so I can say, see, he ain't no good. So you need to go on and accept me, dusty and dirty, and I can't help you pay no bills. Just take me. Because if Derrick can cheat, then everybody gonna cheat on you. So you just come on and get me, and you come build a Negro. Don't you dare have no standards. Because see, look what Derrick did.
Right.
And then you got on the flip side, you have a set of our own women who are so dedicated to being angry at Black men that when a Black man is actually trying his best to behave himself, at least in public, you need him to mess up so that he can fit the narrative that you have in your own mind, so that you can say, see, look. And then you have bloggers who are happy to attack because he got millions of followers. And you didn't get millions of followers. You was messy. You talked about everybody, their mama, their grandmama, her.
What about the bloggers who are willing to attack because he didn't say what they wanted him to say about Cardi B?
Child, that thing, listen, she ain't the only one though. You know she was happy to do that because she's vindictive. She's very vindictive. He didn't jump into her agenda. So now I got a thing against you. Same thing when it came to you. She had an agenda against you. That's why she let Perma Ash on her show to bash you. Like, this is typical tacky Tasha. Like, this is what she does. And I'm sorry. And matter of fact, I'm not sorry. Let me not tell a lie. This is project behavior. Ain't nobody got time for this. That's what this is. If you're doing decent for yourself and you actually are being successful, then let's attack. And then you got all these sisters that instead of, if you want to talk about the situation, talk about the situation. Okay? Men lie, men cheat. And and some of these women too are angry because they put him up on a pedestal that he didn't ask you to put him on. You put him on the pedestal, and then when you saw his humanity and the fact that he just like most other men, you know, at least in some regards, now you're angry with him for the pedestal you put him on. Now that's what's really going on. It's the same thing they did with Meghan Markle. They raised her up and elevated her as their beige queen. And then when she jumped in there and got into a situation, oh, but she never said she was Black and this and that. That lady didn't ask y'all to go talking about, oh, we made it because she married that funny looking man. That was your decision. You put her on the pedestal. You put him on the pedestal. Now you mad with him. And then the attacking of the wife is what bothers me. Why you bothering that lady in her bonnet? Oh, she got to dress up and have her hair whooped because she got to prove to y'all that she looked good enough to be with this man that you've been lusting after. How about check yourself for lusting after that woman husband? Now that's what you need to do.
I'm with you on all of it. I just don't understand. Like, now you mad at her for sticking by her man. That's her business.
No. But you know what it is, because see, some of them done jumped up and ran off on a man, and then he got with somebody else, and he taking care of her, and now you over here just another negress late on your rent, and you mad because now he's spending that money on somebody else. So you want this girl to jump up and leave her comfortable and happy home with her children, and yes, I did say children, and go somewhere and struggle or stay at her mama and them house and cry and holler and get on social media to entertain y'all for a couple of pennies when she could stay right there. And like she say, she down with Jesus in the crew, and they gonna forgive him and move right along and let him continue to pay them bills.
Let that man take care of his wife. Hid his marriage. Did he really hid his marriage?
That man ain't hid his marriage.
Right. Or did he just not want to, share his wife with y'all because he know how brutal the internet can be? It's a shoot.
And look how they treating her. They proving it.
Right.
Because he the one cheated, but they attacking her. They ain't talking about the fact that he low-key look like he musky. Ain't nobody mentioning that. But they talking about her bonnet. Her bonnet is what's bothering them. They up there making pictures of this girl photoshopping wigs on her head and stuff. So because she don't want to fix up to impress y'all, we gonna attack her. She didn't cheat, he did. And nobody's giving none of this smoke to the hoe. They
Okay.
he called her that girl. Well, she is that girl. Guess what else? That girl gets no sympathy from me. You knew that man was married. You walked in there, seen that woman stuff all over the house. You seen his children stuff all over the house. You knew that was somebody's husband, and you sat there and parted your legs like the Grand Canyon. That's what you did, you little nasty heifer. And then you got mad because the man went back to his wife. What you mad for? The wife always outranks the hoe. You
always.
But Michelle, what it was, she thought I'm younger, I'm light-skinned, I'm slimmer. I ain't got no churn with him, I'm gonna win. He already mad at her. I'm gonna just slide on in and I'm gonna reap where I did not sow. And then when that man blocked her, talking about he blocked me, and then he was posting his wife 2 days later, because that's the wife.
Okay.
See, she found out what a lot of young girls find out. It don't matter how cute you are. That woman with the ring overrules you. Okay, rock beats scissors. You came to cut up something, but she had that rock on her hand. And so she won. And that's why you're mad. That's what you're mad at. And then on the darn internet talking about the man Johnson. Don't be talking about what that man told him. Don't advertise for him, please. Because we see you got it'll be somebody else in that woman's house playing in her wigs and heels and stuff. We don't need that. And then Derrick should have just shut his mouth. Some of the time I'm trying to explain it. Baby, you did a little hoeing because you a little hoish. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Shut up. I don't even know why he came on YouTube. Yeah. He should have just shut up.
You was hoeing. Then and now they done got saved, so now they gonna Jesus us to death. We go to church. Okay, if I want to hear about Jesus, I go to some other channels and hear about Jesus. I love Jesus. I'm saved for real. So I don't want to hear about that. We already know if you staying with a no good man, you had to pray. You had to pray. Okay. First of all, you had to pray not to stab him. I know you did.
Think about all the women who with no good men right now who don't have a ring.
Thank you. And
who ain't gonna get no ring.
And Michelle, look at the punchline. They clowning her for saying I'm praying and I'm gonna just trust God. But some of them done said 20, 30 prayers in the middle of the night while crying. Either trying to make them leave that man alone. Lord, just help me leave him. Or Lord, keep me from killing him. Y'all done talk to the Lord too. So don't clown this girl because she's talking about it. Y'all the one talking about her when you should. Leave them people on. That's their marriage. Let me tell you something. First and last, I don't care how many times he cheat on her. That's her husband. I ain't married to Derrick. I didn't watch his videos because they.
And look, who better to give you advice on cheating Negroes than a cheating Negro? Y'all let Steve Harvey do it. Look, Steve Harvey, put his wife in jail, honey, to run off with his mistress, the lady who was dating the cousins. Marjorie got a pass, honey, and he ran off with her, but y'all let him think like a man and everything. Got TV shows and everything. But yet this young man, and I didn't know he was in his early 30s. I thought he was older than that. You know why? In his early 30s, he's still learning how to navigate this world of success and internet and temptation and all of that. And now y'all trying to just tear this brother down when we got people.
They want to just lay down and die because here's the thing: ain't nobody trying to get Steve Harvey because Steve Harvey ain't sitting up there uplifting black women. See, that's the thing. That's what made this boy target. Steve Harvey done did all that hoeing and hopping from woman to woman like he on lily pads. And he sat up there, acting like Trump was his friend from middle school. He done did all that. Ain't nobody said a word. Nobody said pimp. Nobody said pimp. This poor little boy done got up there talking about, respect the women that don't be manipulative and wait to this and wait to that. And now let's kill him. And because they put him on a pedestal. At the end of the day, I ain't mad at him because he wasn't on no pedestal for me. I couldn't take his videos, Michelle, because they was redundant. He was saying a lot of nice stuff, but it was the same nice stuff over and over. It was like listening to the same Easter speech.
But that's the point. It's y'all fault for putting him on a pedestal. Like, period. Like, listen to what you need, take what you want, move on. Like, but then you got these other men dragging y'all ass. Y'all get on there and he tell you how ugly you are, how fat you are, how much you need to lose weight, all of this. How no man or means gonna want you. And y'all put them on a pedestal. And it's like, child,
they like the abuse. They like the abuse. And they like the approval of men. And overall, they knew men did not approve of that man saying nice things to them. Yes, that's right, sugar. Pick me's. Pick me, Chanel is sickening as hell. And they sat up there, and because you got people like Kitten Hill Samuels, Kevin Samuels, sitting up there trying to tell women how they need to look and dress and what their waistline need to be. And low key, he doing it because he trying to compete with women. He wants your man, girl. And so you can listen to him, and he can bash you and drag you until your knees are bloody, and you're okay with that because you know black men approve of you being abused, and you're all right.
Wait a minute. How they gonna say that I'm on the man's side? I never said that. I said y'all tearing him down and y'all tearing the wife down. So whose side am I on? I said if that's her husband, she can do whatever she wants to do. Like she chooses to stay with him. If she chooses not to comb her hair and go live and talk about him, that's on her. Y'all dragging her, talking about she got a bunny, she need lipstick, she
and
need
they
a
were
bra
calling her
on.
ugly.
Yes, that's literally it is not ugly. Y'all just mad because he didn't want y'all.
And the thing is, a lot of them got the same mindset as that little nasty heifer that was up in that woman's house. They thinking because I got the weave and I done got me a BBL and I done got my butt picked up. I done bought some titties, so he should want me over her. And that's something I want sisters to stop doing. Stop automatically comparing yourself to another sister. See, that's what the hoe did and got her feelings hurt when he went back to the wife. It was her ego that got bruised. That's why she ran over there to Woody Woodpecker, because her ego was bruised.
And I think he said that. He said, he blocked her on everything. He blocked her phone number. She couldn't contact him. And so what she do? She get all mad and she ran over and spilled all the tea. What you mad for?
She did.
You knew what it was. And then the crazy thing is she's saying the exact same thing. He told me he was separated and that his wife went back to whatever. He didn't tell you he was getting divorced. He said he was separated.
Girl, and did you see the text messages that got leaked out? All the text messages was about going this place and plans and logistics and who's gonna pick up who and who's gonna pick up the food. That man ain't said one time in them text messages, I love you, you the one, you the queen of the universe, you the sun in my sky. He ain't told her nothing but can y'all stop by and pick up some sandwiches because the caterer didn't show up. Like literally, that's what was in the messages. And I want her to stop. She was comparing herself to his wife. She felt like she was a better catch. And once she done sat there and popped it like a rubber band, and that man went home, her ego got bruised. That's why these sisters is in these comments and in these different bloggers attacking that girl because you like, well, I look better than her. Stop comparing yourself to other women. We are not each other's competition. You my sister, not my competition. Period, point blank. And they need to stop messing with people's husbands and comparing themselves and attacking sisters because of foolishness. But she didn't have on a lace front glued to her forehead. I don't even know how the hell they do that anyway. It looks so painful. But if that's your thing, then that's your thing. But don't start judging other women because they don't feel the need to do that. Okay. Or maybe she'll do it tomorrow. Maybe she just didn't feel like doing it right then.
And it don't matter one way or the other.
It don't matter.
Yeah.
It does not matter. And we need to stop that foolishness because it is pure foolishness. It's ugly. It's silly. That is your sister, not your competition. Shame on them. And they need to leave little Derrick alone. Because let me tell you something. That first little apology thing, that wasn't nothing but an infomercial for that book. He sat up there every 2 minutes. And y'all, this is why I wrote this book. And see, this was in the book. I was like, do I need to buy the book, Derrick? It's gonna be more people by that book.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, people are human, people fail. At the end of the day, we love a rags to riches story. Like, y'all trying to tear him down. Y'all not doing nothing but building him up. So I'm sitting here with my popcorn laughing because more people gonna still follow him. They still gonna buy his book. They still gonna be like, oh, he's still married. He made it right. He was a cheating man who reformed himself. And whatever trick it is, whether it's a con one way or the other, it's still a con. You know what I'm saying? Like, he could be cunning y'all right now and he's still gonna be like that perfect husband, and now he can sell a book.
And what's so funny is he wrote a book before. I heard he wrote one. I don't know if it's true, but they say he wrote a book. I don't even know nothing about that book, but I bet you I know about this one. Because they done sat up there and talked about it, and then the girl went on there advertising about he got good wood and everything, and then he was speaking in tongues to her down below and all type of stuff. And people could say he tore himself down. Look like to me, he tore himself all the way to the bank because he finna be backing because everybody hating. And the wife ain't left. So that's what I'm like, everybody did all this nastiness for what? He's still gonna get more money and that girl ain't going nowhere. You can look at how she looking. She ain't going nowhere.
Mhm.
Instead, she up here, she say this her testimony. She testifying to y'all. She finna have a whole church service and go right to bed with her husband is what she finna do. And I don't blame her. I don't
Well,
blame her.
let me take a few more of these calls.
Girl,
before.
go talk to them people. You know my mouth will run all night.
I appreciate you, Snitch.
Bye.
Bye. Whew, hold on, take a few more. Shaniqua, hey.
Hey, young lady.
Hi.
I'm fine. I wanted to say I definitely agree on her with the Derrick situation. I don't know why. It's annoying me because these people in the comments are going back and forth saying she could have fixed her hair, she could have put a bra on, she could have did this. That woman is in the comfort of her own home. Like we just agreed on, she is not trying to impress us. She just came out there, spoke her piece, and went on about her business. That's all she has to do in this situation. You know,
And she didn't have to do that.
she didn't have to do that. But at the same time, it's just like, she just wanted to say, I'm not a religious person. And half of these comments are the reason why I'm not a religious person. Because she spoke of God. She spoke of, she quoted some things, and I'm just like, let her do that. Why are y'all saying, well, God didn't put her with that man, or God didn't? How do you call yourself Christian and then judge what's coming out of her mouth? And all she's saying is nothing but positive stuff that's coming out of her mouth. Not one negative thing. She said he did what he did. God is dealing with him. Let God deal with him. Why are y'all sitting here going and chewing down her? She didn't cheat on him. And even if she did, that shit is kept quiet. But at the same time, why y'all jumping down the wife's throat? Like you said, jump down the side chick. She decided to get with a married man. That's her. But guess what? Even if he turned around and left his wife for that side chick, she gonna be always looking over her shoulder like, are you gonna cheat on me? Like, who wanna live like that?
You're right.
We're gonna hop off that subject and we're gonna hop on Claudia Cornto, Claudia, Colorist Claudia. She's a nobody. We love you. Like everybody said, we love you. We not gonna let none of that haterade, negative energy come towards you because we love you and we some comment thugs over here for you. Okay.
Thank you.
Now that Lil Mama situation, that is, I totally 100% agree with her, because it's like once people find out that they're magically gay,
Not
it's that
magically gay.
it's like they set off that superpower. Like, I'm about to just bully these straight people. Being straight is foreign or something. It,
Oh.
it's like they wake up and decide, hey, I want to bully a straight person today. Hey, you straight? Oh my God.
I don't know that that's true.
I feel
I
that
think
way.
a lot of
I literally,
I don't want to put it on the entire LGBTQ
not
community.
the entire ones, but
I think it's a more of the transgender, the T's in the LGBT.
yes,
Because I
it
feel like
is.
anytime you have an opinion about that gender situation,
It's definitely them. I've had male friends who are gay that's not flamboyant. Is really, really the trans men. But it's like they wake up and they have a problem with women, or they just have a problem with straight people, period. Like, why? It's just ridiculous. Like, I have respect for gay people, but the ones who just wake up and just want to bully a woman or bully a straight couple, it's like, why? Just like Little Mama said, like, you, you just, it's stupid. But I do like the joke that she said, like, how can I be, transphobic when I'm Little Bow Wow? Like, that is hilarious.
okay. And that's transphobic, isn't it? Isn't it transphobic when a trans person or a gay person calls a black woman or a woman in general a male? You know what I mean? Like,
Yes, that's where that bullying come from. Like, everybody crack jokes on everybody. Everybody done said she look like Bow Wow for years, or Bow Wow look like Lil Mama. But when people excessively say something like, "Oh, you look like a man," or you go too far with it. You just, some people just gotta grow up, and they ain't reached that level of, I'm just gonna grow up now. And I do agree with her that you have to let kids be kids. This whole thing of letting a child that's 5 and 10 and 12, oh, I'm a girl or I'm a boy now. No, you are what you are born with. When you turn 18 and up, then you can decide what you want to be outside my house. You'll still get the same respect later, but right now we just gonna raise you how you are.
Okay.
Like it's too many people who's like, no, I'm not gonna. You are a person. I'm not gonna call you a girl. You are a person. I don't do gender neutral stuff. I just cursed somebody out not too long ago because I have a fully girl um car seat. She's dressed in girl clothes and a pink blanket, and then got the nerve to say, "Oh my God, he's so cute." What the fuck do you mean he? That's clearly a girl. You don't see the pink and the girl clothes and the bow-reds? Get the fuck out of my face. Like these people are just weird. I'm not gender neutral. Don't do that shit to me. I will curse you out over my child. Don't do that shit. Like that's not me. I'm not about to raise them and say, hey, you're a boy when you're a girl. You have girl parts. You sound like a girl. Like these people are losing their minds.
Okay.
That's
Well,
the only
I
problem I
appreciate
have with it.
you, Shaniqua. Thank you for calling tonight.
I love you too. I'll
All
see
right.
you. I'll see you tomorrow night because I know you're gonna get on tomorrow night. I'm crossing my fingers that you're gonna get on tomorrow night.
All
And
right.
not when I'm at work on the weekend.
All right. Bye.
All right. Good night. Good night, squad.
Hold on, y'all. Black Gay 1996.
Oh, hello. What's up, Michelle? How you doing tonight?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Saw you was on live, so I was like, oh, maybe I kind of want to chime in on the conversation. Um,
Welcome.
I want to start with the Kenya Moore story, but specifically more with like that Twitter thread from that Native American group. And
Uh-huh.
one of them said, like, I thought it was weird how they said, Bravo, Andy Cohen, and Kenya Moore, you all need to apologize. Like, didn't that seem weird? Like, an apology should not be forced upon someone. It should be like, hey, I have come to the realization I did something wrong, so I want to apologize to that. It seemed more like, you guys offended us, so apologize. You know what I
Right.
mean?
But it's like, isn't that what happens with any group? Like when they feel like they're offended, they say why, and then they demand an apology from the company and
Yeah.
all of this.
I feel like Black people don't really demand apologies. I feel like
Yeah,
Black
we
people
don't
just
have
have
no
to
leader of our group, honey. We don't
yeah,
have no
you
no
know what I
Instagram
mean?
page.
Exactly. Like we've been through this. This isn't new for us. So we just sit back like and put out like maybe a disappointed statement. But Black people are never like apologize. Like we're not really like that, are we? Do you think?
No, I mean, not we don't have a president of the Black People Coalition to do that for us. You know what I'm saying? Like these groups that we have, like sometimes, occasionally, but like no, we don't. And then when we all try to come together and do things like that, it's like certain people fall off, and they don't believe
Yeah.
it was offensive. You know what I'm saying?
Like when you read the tweet, it says, I see that you have it pulled up. It says, it is important that Bravo, Comcast, NBC, Andy, and Kenya Moore apologize for the harm they've caused Native peoples. I'm sitting here like, people are really acting like this is oppression Olympics. Like,
Okay.
I understand that's the sensitivity behind the misinterpretation of the costume, right? Like I understand how people can maybe get the wrong idea, but like I it's listen, I just think it's weird that they are now everyone is like is oppressed now everybody's Black, like Black is the new Black, or you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting that
Okay.
they went so far as to issue an apology, and then Kenya
Mhm.
followed suit. So,
Well, that's all I wanted to say on that. What else do I want to get into? I want to talk about this whole Lil Mama situation, honey. So I understand you broke it down. She she said that she got backlash from the LGBT community about her comments. But like let's get into like she doesn't. I don't think Lil Mama understand how problematic her comments were. Like she said there's an agenda to depopulate the world, and if that means turning all the kids gay and trans and bisexual, I think that is like that can it's fear mongering. Like I understand the concern, but I think to put that on every single gay person, especially on Black gay people, like that's a huge assumption to put on the whole LGBT community. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. But and I don't think that I don't know. I do just feel like she was voicing an opinion. Like nobody knows for sure if it's an agenda or not. But my thing is, if that's her opinion and she can
Yeah.
sit here from her point of view and say that she feels that way, then why is it that she should be bullied and forced to be canceled or whatever the case may be? That I think
I don't
that's her.
agree with people bullying her. I think that is not cool, but we have to I think straight people don't think about the privilege that they have being straight in the world. Like, think about this. If you were on a date with a man, right, and y'all were outside walking, holding hands, right, Michelle? You would not even think twice about getting weird looks, people like looking at you weirdly because you're holding hands with a man because that's who you're attracted to, right? But when you think about the LGBT community, we already cannot get married. We already get weird looks when we go into straight environments like clubs and stuff. If you go up into a straight club and you see two gay men holding hands, people are going to be looking like, I mean, they're not going to say too much now.
In Atlanta, if you go around and you a woman holding hands with a man, the first thing the man gonna do is look at your man and act like he gay.
Atlanta is a special place. Like there are not many cities that are like Atlanta that are so open like that. You know what I'm saying? So we have to realize that straight people do have privileges. Like they have the privilege to get married. They have the privilege of going out with their partner.
Y'all can get married too.
Okay, but we couldn't do that for a good minute. You know what I'm saying? Like
black people can marry white people for a good minute. That doesn't mean it's what I'm saying. Like at the end of the day, we've all had our own burdens to bear and obstacles or whatever. So I don't think that saying that we are all privileged is, I don't know.
Well, I get it. You made it understand. It's not. I think when it's like when we call out white people for their privilege, like we know white people have privilege over Black people, but a lot of people don't like to equate racial equality with the equality for LGBT people, and I think it's both. Like you said, everyone has had their struggles or whatever. So I think it's important to, like, oppression is oppression. So straight people are the ones that are making laws. There are no gay people. There's way more straight people that are making laws that have been against gay people. So that's why I have to, when we talk about, dang, I'm sorry. I'm a little high, but I was.
No, I get it, but I hear you. But I feel like the times have changed and there's a shift. And I feel like a lot of times, like people in particularly, look, I'm a woman and like Benj wanted to say it wrong place. But at this particular point, I feel like, a lot of the gays, a lot of the trans have more rights than some women, some Black women in particular. So
that's a lot of gays.
I feel like we all have our struggle, and we gonna do, like you said, the oppression Olympics. My struggle bigger than your struggle. You do this. You can't get married. You can't walk in a room and people not look at you. We can't do. So I just feel like we all have our issues. Mm-hmm. I don't feel like one is greater than the next, though.
Yeah. I have to call out.
I always say over here. I always say just because I'm pro me doesn't mean I'm anti you. You know what I'm saying? So yes, I do agree that the LGBTQ deserve rights, deserve to be accepted. However, I feel like it shouldn't come with, our rights being taken away to make another group more comfortable. You know what I mean?
What rights are straight people getting taken away from
Let's
accepting?
not start. We talk about
Okay,
trans.
maybe that's another
We talk
time.
about a whole bunch of things that us women feel like is inappropriate when it comes to, you know, the LGBT community, when it, you know, and women and issues on that regard. But I'm not gonna go there because I ain't gonna dig this hole too deep. But
Okay.
there's a lot of, you know what I'm saying? There's like again, I feel like people have rights, but then other people should have rights too. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm not trying to take away your rights, but then at the same time, I'm not trying to give up my rights to make you more comfortable.
Okay, I hear you. I would encourage you to contemplate the idea of straight people possibly having privileges over over LGBT people, because there is mostly straight people that are in the government and stuff. So I just encourage you to think about that. Okay,
There's a lot of gay people in the government too now. There's a whole
now it is like
trans lobbyists in government too now. There's a whole trans person over, you know.
But those are the exceptions to the
like,
rule.
come on now, like don't act like there are more gays writing laws right now than there are black women, you know, specifically on our issues. We don't have a person.
Well, if we're going to keep it all the way 100, we have to keep it real that there are way more straight people that are making these laws. So I'm not going to sit here and just think, like, oh, I can't agree with you on the fact that, oh, let's say there's 50% of people in government, let's say the White House, are gay and minority and black. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I really don't think, I think that it's maybe 25%, maybe 20% is like that, but it's like 75% of it is white. So we have to realize that, you know, if compromise is, we got to come to some type of compromise. But, you know, and to the whole, like, trans people or kids who think they are trans, like, growing up and stuff, like, you know, I don't personally agree that, you know, if I feel like if you're able to drive, then you should be able to make decisions based on whatever you think your gender is. I think 16 is the cutoff. Like, people younger than 16, you are still kind of growing and still maturing. Even 16 is pretty young, but I think, even as a gay man myself, I think that is a little pushing it when you're under 16 and kids are being influenced, whether that's parents being accepted or they're being influenced by the media. I just think it's weird under 16. Now, if you're over 16, I think, you know, you're smart enough to know how to drive. You're smart enough to know how to not kill yourself. You know what I'm saying? So 16, you have an idea of the type of person you want to be. But I just wanted to give my two thoughts on that. I'm like, you know, I do think that is weird when it's like little kids. Like, when you're 10, I'm like, you do not need to be taking any hormones or anything. Like, yeah, maybe you can let a kid, like, have their hair short or have their hair grow long if you are an accepting parent. But I don't know. That's just me on the whole, like, drugs part of it, because it's like there's a pharmaceutical industry behind it too. I don't know.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you for your input tonight.
All right. Can I listen? I don't want to stay on too long, but I kind of wanted to get on this, like, Derrick Jaxn situation. Can I give my opinion on him real quick?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. I really, when I was watching those videos of him, especially with this apology video, I really think I'm looking at a gay man.
Oh,
like if you're,
that bothers me too. Every man is not gay. Y'all need to stop doing that.
Okay, but hear me out. I don't think every man is gay, but we have to think of the pathology of men that literally will go out and just sleep with countless women while you have a whole woman.
Every man that goes out and sleep with countless women, that means they're gay.
You would have to. I would question that man's sexuality. Like, you would think, wouldn't someone think, yeah,
with countless women, you would question his sexuality.
Yes, because think about this. You cannot control yourself to be with the one woman that you're claiming. You have to go out and put your dick in every single hole. Why wouldn't I think, well, why wouldn't this guy put his...
So basically, you saying that gay men will fuck anything.
Wait, say that again? I'm sorry.
You're saying that gay men will have sex with anything
I'm
and anybody.
saying black men are over sexualized, but think about it. And it's not, we have to be honest with our brothers and about our brothers and about our sisters. Like, I'm not saying he is gay, but listen, I'm 25 years old and I've been with a lot of men, and they say most of these men will come up to me and they have wives, they have whole girlfriends, and they be wanting attention from the gays, Michelle. Y'all don't want to hear it, but it's the truth. They really be wanting attention from the gays. Now, so when you have to just, it's when you hear a gay person say, "Oh, girl, he gay," I understand how that may sound messy, but think about it from the gay that it's coming from. Like,
Well,
if this
I
gay
hear
person
you, but
sounds intelligent,
I
if this
just,
gay person isn't as messy, then if this gay person does have an inkling that someone may be gay and they seem experienced, it's like, I would say, just before you write it off as messy, think of it, well, what is this young man getting at? You know what I'm saying?
okay. I understand there's gaydar. You may see something I don't, but okay.
And there was another. Oh my god, I'm sorry, I forgot what you done talked about. I guess that was really it. Thank you for having me, Michelle. I know I come on with a controversial view.
No, I appreciate you.
Okay.
You.
Bye.
Bye. If you got J Farm D asking, "What did you smoke?" we and J Farm D say the most problematic stuff in the chat. We must know. You must say something wrong, child. I don't know, but everybody got their opinions, and we okay with Lisa. Lisa in here with her bonnet on. Hey, Lisa.
Hello. How are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm good.
Uh-oh.
Well,
what's on your mind?
Huh?
I said, what's on your mind?
Oh my goodness gracious. Oh my goodness gracious. Before I even address the last caller, Mrs. 1996, the Derrick Jaxn thing or whatever.
Uh-huh.
So when I seen it on social media of his cheating and him doing this and him posting his apology type of thing or whatever, I'm just like, he got bashed a lot. He was getting bashed a lot by getting busted or however. My thing is, because I had said something in a post to someone, and I said, well, yeah, he wrong for cheating on his wife, flat out wrong. But it does not mean that some of the stuff that he was saying, whether it's in his videos or whatever, was completely 1000% wrong. Some of the stuff that he was saying was valid.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, the stuff that he was putting out there, be it men didn't like it or not, or however the case may be, it's up to him now to take ownership and accountability for what he did was wrong, period. Like, you can't be a hypocrite. You can't say out of one mouth this and that and then something different out of the same mouth. You speaking like a snake.
Uh-huh.
So he has to own his responsibility and what he did flat out, whether it's for a PR stunt or whatever the case may be. At the end of the day, when he cut the cameras off and saying what he need to say, he still got to lay next to that woman that's going to be probably bitter, resentful, all that. So he still got to get some heat from that, whether we see it in the public eye or not.
Uh-huh.
And I know y'all was, it was saying that they was talking about his wife's, the way she was looking or however. To me, she wasn't no ugly woman. She's not an ugly woman. But it shouldn't be neither here nor there about how she looked. The subject is he got busted cheating. He was wrong. He shouldn't have never done it. And he got caught on it, apologized sincerely, genuinely, publicly, and in private. Because it's not just about him. It's about the millions and people that he projected this particular facade.
Mm-hmm.
And he did something that was in a weak moment, whether it was a year relationship or 2 months relationship or however the case may be. You got caught on it, sincerely and genuinely apologize, not just so you can keep your fans. No, you need to be genuinely and apologetic and be more even that with your wife, because that was the main person you hurt whether it was in private or publicly, but it was more publicly because of what type of public figure he is. You know what I mean? And then and then with Kenya's situation, I don't even know. It's weird. It's weird.
The headdress?
Yeah. It's weird, and it's weird too because a little bit of the backlash she got, if that makes any sense. It's like, I don't think, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think she put the headdress on consciously knowing the critique she was gonna get. Or
think she did.
You think she did? You think she knew that she was gonna get some backlash from it and she really didn't care?
Yes.
And
because
so
they need the scandal. They need the drama. Because now, like I said, they done lost over 1 million viewers. Now people want to see, well, what the hell was they doing over there? You know what I'm saying? Like, now people might tune in next week because of this scandal. You know what I'm saying? Like, people probably forgot about the Housewives, honestly.
Well, that's kind of true, though. That's kind of true. But that's the thing, too. Again, like, you putting yourself out there in that way, but you really don't have no conviction.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you did that really to cause offense to people that is really offended by it for real, like, come on now. Like, is it that serious for a buck to really cause an offense, and even to a point where it can go much further than just spoken word via post or via video? Like, it can go much further than that, and I don't think Bravo gonna cover her if it go much further than that. They probably gonna leave her high and dry.
Yeah, they will.
Exactly. And then even with the last caller, I'm gonna try to make this quick. Be it, the LGBT community and those who are a part of it and those who are supportive of it, I am conflicted with some things. Even go back to just the dynamics you dealt with. I know we didn't mention his name, but that person, if that makes sense.
Wait a minute, say it again.
The person that caused you a lot of grief. That's a part of the LGBT community. I want to go kind of like there to present, meaning that it's easy for some individuals in the LGBT community to say, oh, you homophobic, or a black man is this, or a woman is that, or whatever the case may be. So you want us to be so sympathetic and compassionate to what you say about black women or what you say about black men. But I'm just trying to figure out, like, how are you trying to blur the lines of, oh, well, every man is gay. Why is every man gay? Or why is every woman this or that? Because y'all feeling some type of way because we don't just get along with the get along. We have our own opinion. We have our own feelings or whatever. If we ain't disrespecting you, or if we ain't coming against you, bullying you, or anything like that, why do we have to be a riff? God love all of us. He don't have a respect to person. So if I love you or I have a respect for you, why I can't get the same in return? But if we disagree on something, I'm homophobic, I'm gay, I'm this, I'm that. You just as confused as you being confused in your own sexuality. Because if you are confident in who you are, everything should not matter. It shouldn't be a question. It shouldn't be nothing. I'm quite confident as a heterosexual woman. Do I have a problem with the LGBT community? Hell no. I have close family that I love, that's dear to my heart. So when people say certain stuff that it's like, you're not making no sense right now, and you trying to blur the lines of your normacy because you're confused. You're saying stuff that's contradicting your own words. It's contradicting your own community. We ain't bullying nobody. If I'm with a man, and I had this happen to me, Michelle. I'm with a man, okay? No, I take that back. I'm hanging out with a transgender woman, okay? Good friends, love her to death. However, sometimes she would say certain things that was like, oh, he gay. Oh, he looking at me a certain way. And I'm like, girl, you tripping. Ain't nobody looking at you and paying no attention to you. Like, it's not that deep. It's just not that deep. Like, stop reading to every single thing because you have your own insecurities of who you are and your truth. If you're gay, I don't care if you're gay from A to Z. I don't care. And I'm not getting all into the categories of the LGBT community because that's not my concern. My thing is if you're gay in whatever category or however, live in your truth and own it and be secure in it, but you're not about to put on people that are genuinely heterosexual. They not on the DL, they not on the cover, they don't want your ass, none of that. You don't put all of that on someone, and it's not even about that at all. That's something that you dealing with within yourself. And I had to even tell another person, like, look, stop tripping. It's not that serious. Like, y'all making your community even more confusing for even in your own community and also in the heterosexual world. It's like that. Like, I'm accepting you. I love you. I ain't telling you going to hell. I'm not bashing the Bible over your head. I'm not doing all that. I'm accepting you for who you are because I love you for who you are as a person, not as a gender. So why we can't get along and just in that, love each other, respect each other as a person, not as in gender, not as in race, not as in none of that. Respect and love one another as a person. If I don't like you, it's because your character is off. I ain't vibing with you. I don't like you. I don't like you not because of your gender, not because of your race. I ain't liking you and I'm not vibing with you because of your character. You are flawed and you off. And I'm going to call you out, period. So if I call you out and say you off, you prideful, you selfish, you this, you that, you know, you disrespectful. You say certain ignorant stuff to women that's off. Why would you do that? Why would you say that? But then you want to turn around and you want some sympathy from a heterosexual woman that you just disrespected as though we supposed to just like take the back seat. Are you serious? You got me bent. And I wanted to say this to you before, even with that individual. It's messed up that you, and I know it's off topic, I apologize.
That's okay.
But it's messed up that you took in a person. You didn't take in a person as in his sexuality or his color. You took in a person, you helped them out because that's where your heart was at. Your conviction of another soul, another person. And then they turn around and they backstab you or they turn on you because they having a come up or they having a moment. F that. You F me over. I feel some type of way. Either you gonna own it, apologize genuinely, or this conversation gonna keep going. And if you don't like it, and whoever else your little followers or your friends or whoever, then so be it. Kiss this and kiss that and keep it moving. And that is all what it is. And if you got another problem with it, then be bold enough. Stop being an effing coward on social media. Give me a call like a grown ass man, because you're a man, a grown ass man, and say, Michelle, I apologize. I shouldn't have done that. X, Y, and Z, and we can squash it. Be it you forgive him or not, at least he done what was right, not what's fair, but what's right. And it's going to be up to you to say, okay, man or friend or former friend or whatever, I accept your apology. Let's move on. But we can never be in that place again. But at least you own it. But the thing is, Negroes, and I ain't talking about Negroes as in Black folks, Negroes in any gender, because LGBT community, humans is not in just Black folks. It's nationwide in all ethnicities. And I'm over the people saying, well, Black men is, what about Caucasian, Asian? It's all worldwide. I don't have no respect to person. If I see an Asian LGBT man and they acting funny or doing something, I'm going to call you out. I'm going to call you out. I don't care what. And it's not about that.
Okay.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, it's always so much, it's always like in one note, one nationality. LGBT community could go past gender. It goes past nationality. It's not one, it's just not one note. You follow what I'm saying? And I'm just over it. Like, y'all talk about Black men this and Black men this, like the Caucasians do it. Asians do it, all of them do it, and some of them and as you said, even in the government, they look, it's suspect. Period. Okay. So at the end of the day, like, look, miss me with that, and I'm telling you, if I see another person in a chat or call or whatever talking about this or that in their LGBT community, and you're not being honest with yourself or standing in your own truth, and you're trying to come over in the heterosexual world, we have already been accepted you over 50 years ago, whether we care for it or not. We still accepted you. We still love you. Like, what else do you want for us?
Okay.
We ain't dogging you. We ain't disrespecting. Now, it's those that do that, and that's wrong. But I only can speak for myself. Like, you can only speak for yourself.
Right.
Everybody gonna have an opinion. However, I would never disrespect another soul or a person based off of their race or their gender. I will love and I respect you the same. I will give you the same energy you give me back. And if you, no, I'm not.
You good.
But if I'm gonna give you back the same energy you giving me. Period. And if you ain't liking me, or you talking about, I'm what is it, homophobic? Oh well, screw you, because you heterophobic then. How about that?
Okay.
How about you don't, if you feel I feel this way, then you feel the same way. How about that? And let's call it disagree to agree, and you keep your ass keeping on moving, because at the end of the day, I don't have that issue. I don't have that issue. And I know you don't have the issue. And a lot of people in this chat don't have that issue. We can get along. It ain't people make it so much bigger than what it is. And it's not that deep.
You can't even have a conversation without, tiptoeing on eggshells. I get it.
Exactly. Like, do you, I'ma do me, and we can get along in peace. But if you want drama, look, I ain't on it. I'm about peace. I'm trying to live my best life. Like, I know you trying to live your best life, and you ain't for the extra drama of being called a homophobic or being called a gorilla and being called all of that stuff. Like, that's flat out damn disrespectful as all get out. So when you come for me, I'm gonna come for you. And if you want to call me this or call me that, the same go back for you. Period. You're not going to sit on your platform, disrespect me, and then disrespect me for other people that's getting along with it, even though for real, they ain't feeling it for real either, but they got to get along with it because they want that $50 check. But like, don't do that, because if they did it to you, you will feel some type of way. So no, I'm not on that. So no, you speak your truth, Michelle, whether they like it or not, until they are ready to be, because conviction is different than somebody saying, oh, I'm sorry. Because when you are convicted by something you did wrong, you're going to make it right, be it the other person receive it or not. And that's the issue with all people, not just Black folks. That's all people. If you're not convicted in something you did wrong to someone else, you ain't for real. You're not apologetic for real. You fake. You fake, and you're not doing it. For real, like, miss me. I'd rather you keep your damn apology, because you're not going to be sincere. Because what you gonna do? You're gonna do it again. You're gonna do it again and again and again. And I'm gonna call you out again and again until you leave me alone and back up off of me. And Michelle, you're doing an awesome job. I respect you. I appreciate your platform. I appreciate all the people that's on your platform as well. I love the commentary. I always have. And I don't have anything else to say, but I just needed to get that out. But I apologize for being a little long-winded.
No, I appreciate you. Thank you so much, Lisa. I appreciate
No problem.
Preach the word tonight.
You have a great night, okay?
Thank you. You too.
I'm going back in the chat.
Okay. Bye. Whew. I know you was gonna kill me if I didn't get to you, Johnny.
No, it's not like that. Junior's been waiting for an hour, so you can go ahead and take him before me.
Oh, Junior.
What's up? No, I'll wait. I'll mute myself.
I appreciate that, man. Yeah, I just want to talk about the Derrick Jaxn situation just for a quick second. I just feel like that it has nothing to do with, like, we're not trying to tear him down because of what he did. It's the simple fact, like, it's like you practice what you preach. You get out here and you tell people that you don't cheat, and then all of a sudden, you as a public figure, you out here get caught doing infidelity. That's not the problem. It's just the fact that you out here, you can't, like I said, you got to practice what you preach. And I just feel like,
I don't watch all his videos, but did he actually say I don't cheat, or did he tell women how to spot a cheating man? Because if he's telling women how to spot a cheating man, what better way to get advice than from a man who cheats?
Well, you're right about that. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. I ain't really a fan of him. I don't really know him. I just know every time that I see him or hear his name brought up in the conversation, he's talking about, protecting black women, and it's just like you can't protect black women and in the same household. You sweeping around everybody else's front porch except your own. It's just
Right.
that you got to do what you're telling people to do. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's false leadership. You can't try to lead me to the
Well, who
water.
nominated him a leader?
Right. It ain't the fact that you nominated, but the people who are listening to him, the people who are following him. It's just a simple fact.
Do you
It is
know how many
leadership.
bloggers out there talk all this shit and don't walk walk what they talk all kind of shit? And I'm just like, I just be like, well, dang, if y'all exposing people, y'all might as well keep exposing, because it's so many people doing seminars, selling teas, doing this, doing that, and they not genuine, authentic people, but you like them for their charisma or because they can string sentences together. So I mean, I don't, at the end of the day, like when you create a social media platform and persona, like there's so many people who aren't living it that I don't even like see Derrick Jaxn as an issue, in my opinion.
Okay.
Like, look at Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Like people living like they rich and flying on private jets, and you don't know, like in Atlanta, they rent out private jets for about $50 an hour to go do photo shoots. You know what I'm saying? So it's just
Bow Wow. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
So, well, and other thing I also wanted to say is just about the cheating aspect. I don't really know about. I can't really speak for other people, but I think that's just that's a character flaw. That's something within yourself, because I think in general, as men who really care about women, who really respect women, and who uphold women every day, it's something with communication. You communicate when you have an issue. If my wife is not doing something, or my significant other, and I'm 23, so for a man who's 30, 40, 50, don't have an excuse. I feel like if I have a communication issue, if you're not pleasing me in this type of way, I'm gonna communicate with you the best of my ability, so that way we can discuss it. I feel like leaving and stepping outside of your household to find any kind of happiness or pleasure, you shouldn't be in the household, and you should discuss that further before you just go being a hoe, so to speak.
You should. I mean, in a perfect world.
Yeah,
But I mean,
yeah.
how many times have you, told a lot of your parents, or told a lot of your girlfriend, and I'm not saying that this right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But at
yeah,
the end
yeah.
of the day, like, what's that thing? Like, even on Baby Boy, I lie to them hoes. I mean, I tell them hoes the truth. I lie to you because I love you. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, like, people make mistakes, and you just have to decide as the person in that relationship, how much is it that you're willing to forgive the person who made the mistake, whatever that is. And I'm not saying cheating is it, but is cheating really a deal breaker when it comes to a marriage, when it ain't a deal breaker when it comes to some of y'all's play relationships?
Yes, it depends on, well, like they said, such thing as disrespectful cheating. Cheating is cheating to me. I can't take it in any kind of aspect, because if I give myself to you, I give myself to you fully and wholeheartedly. So you cheating on me would kind of break me mentally, and like you said, it all depends on the person if you can get back to that. So like I said, it all depends, and like I said, I don't want to hold you up, because I know there's a lot of people on, and I appreciate the man telling me to, letting you know I was in the chat. But I do want to say that you're right. It's certain things that men and women shouldn't do, but at the same time, I feel like they shouldn't be discussing on what she decides to do in her household. If she decides to stay, that's on her and her husband. It's just the topic of discussion, because he's a public figure, and like you said, he made himself a target. But I'm out the chat, and I'm gonna let you have a good night.
Well, thank you for calling. I appreciate you.
No problem. Have a good time.
All right, you too. Y'all are killing me back here. Hey, Johnny.
Hey, Michelle. Yeah, so I just wanted to touch base on the whole like homosexual situation, gay situation. I'm sorry, I don't really know what to call it, but yeah, I just want to kind of address 1996. That guy. Well, I'm also 20. He said he was 25, and then Junior is 23. Like, I think that there are definitely generational differences when handling these situations in general, just like regarding tolerance and all of that, and like there are just different protocols that at least I can speak for myself, like that I've experienced, and just learning how to deal with terminology and learning different terminology that other generations aren't used to. I think it's easier to then sort of acclimate to that I don't want to separate it so much and say it's a whole nother world, but just that side of human nature or what have you. Yeah, so it's a complicated subject, and I don't like comparing homophobia to racism. I think that they're very different, roots, and just people experience racism no matter what. Not everyone experiences homophobia and such, so it's difficult to sort of compare those, and I think that's what a lot of people end up doing is sort of putting those on the same playing field, and I think that's where things get messy, and I don't like that at all. But the 1996 guy was kind of talking out of his ass, like I don't really think he was grounded in what he was saying. There are definitely a lot of closeted gay males that you can't account for, and you don't know who's gay and who's not, like you said, so yeah, that's all I really want to say. And yeah, there were a lot of people, but I do have a question about real estate.
Okay.
FHA loans. I saw that there's an energy efficient one for like building. You can get a loan to build like an energy efficient home. And I was just wondering like how you like navigate the whole like loan situation, or like if you're open to even talking about that in a video. I'd even pay for it because I'm really into real estate. I'm an economics major.
Yeah, you on my Patreon, right?
Yeah, well, I'm a member on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
And level 2, I think. But yeah, you invite the level 2s usually.
Yeah, let's talk about it over on Patreon. Look, not tonight, but yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you so much, Michelle.
I'll invite y'all to the next Patreon, and we can chop it up about real estate and loans and stuff like that.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you. All right, have a good night.
All right. Ooh, y'all keeping me on the horn tonight, honey. I was trying to get off. I've been on 2 hours and 30 minutes. Jessica Rabbit.
Oh, Lord. Michelle.
And you a realtor. I need to bring Johnny on with you.
My ass wade in the water. Do you hear me?
I know you did.
I almost forgot what I was calling to say. I'm not gonna keep it long because I'm hoping maybe you'll go to Patreon tonight. Look, let me start acting like Jazzy Bell. I used to hate when she used to be like, "You going out Patreon?" I used to be like, "Ain't nobody on Patreon." Now I'm over there, so I'm ready for you to go.
Yeah, I'm going Patreon.
Anyway, the whole Kenya and Bravo Indian situation, I totally feel like editing knew, Andy knew, Bravo knew, Kenya knew. I mean, dealing with where we're at right now in society and with racial tension and everybody being offended by everything, they knew what the hell they was doing.
I think
they knew it. And it's no excuse for it. And I hope their ratings fall now because of that. I hope nobody tunes in.
Lower can they go? They already at 1 million.
They're gonna go even lower.
Ooh.
They're gonna go even lower because they have offended some people who were their viewers, who were probably Native American too, or who are related to Native American people. So she was wrong. Lil Mama, I stand with her. Period. Point blank. I don't even really need to elaborate on that. It is what it is. She was correct in what she said. And like she said, people been calling her Bow Wow for a very long time now. Let's address that. Let's talk about how women are always being misgendered. Oh, so we can move on past that. Claudia, she flip-flops, blows with the wind. I'm sick of her. I've always been sick
She's
of
a culture
her.
vulture, honey. She wasn't black till she got a job at Flopso.
Okay, and now all of a sudden she's a black woman. So I'm about tired of her. Let's see. Oh, Mr. Derrick Jaxn. That's his name, right? Derrick.
Derrick Jaxn.
Now, I feel like if you're gonna be a guru on something, you gotta kind of come from something too, right? So, like, if he's gonna give relationship advice, he gotta give the good, the black, bad, and the ugly. He's in the ugly part right now, where he can talk about how he cheated what it was like for his wife to forgive him, what forgiveness feels like, what it looks like. Because honestly, if he was my husband, I would have not sat beside him. I would have told him, you're going to have to face these people on your own. But you also going to go buy me another house. Because you had those women up in my house. And when you buy me this house, you're going to put it in my name. And what we're going to do from there is you're going to sign over any rights that you could possibly ever have to this property. Because if you do it again, I'm gone.
Are you gone? Because it's my house.
Right. Well, you know, you gone. You gonna get your stuff and go on. You can go back to that house where you was running them little thoughts through.
Right.
And a new bed, because he had that woman in a bed. I wouldn't even be able to sleep in my house comfortably. I mean, I would be waking up out of my sleep windmilling him with a Sprite in my hand.
She has it. We don't know what's going on in their house.
And you know what? She very much could be. And I don't like how she's being attacked either regarding her looks. We all, you know, I'm not on camera right now, and I'm gonna tell you why. It's wash day for me. It's hair wash day. And I got my hair in 2 pigtails. I got my glasses on, honey. I got on my granny sweater, and I'm chilling.
Okay.
And she probably didn't feel like wanting to have to sit up here with him anyway. So she was like, I'm going to come as I am. You see, she got the preaching. So she said, I'm going to go to church as I am today.
Okay.
So, and to kind of address the stuff that's going on, as far as with the gay community and stuff like that, I don't know. I can't really say that there was a time in the Black community where gay, because you know they love to put everything on the Black community. Black on Black crime. Black people don't do this. Black people don't do that. But one thing I can say is, from what I have seen and the people that I have been around, Black people, especially Black women, have been very accepting of the gay community way back in the 80s and before then. And even if you look at it now, look on Instagram where you got all your IG thoughts, right? Every last one of them has a male gay friend that's always on their live with them, that's always in their pictures, that's always in the videos like they Puff Daddy dancing. Okay, they always there. Look at Cardi. She got her gay stylist. Look at Megan. She keep her a gay male around. And all of these, and some of them that I named are not Black women, but the majority of them are. We are always big upping them, encouraging them. But then at one day, we going to sit back and we're going to say this. You know, at what point did we try to encourage so much to where we've actually been pushed out? Nobody's talking about how women are being eradicated right now.
Look, I try to talk about it.
You know,
And like
nobody wants
say,
to talk about that binge word. He said that doesn't constitute support, though, sis. It does. How much more support do you want? If I'm giving you my money, if I'm giving you business, if I'm promoting you, and also too, here's another thing, and I'm gonna give you this analogy. I have a child, and I told her, I say, when a parent loves you, they can love you and they can still say, I don't agree with what you're doing. So I told my child, I said, say for instance, you wanted to smoke marijuana. Okay, fine. I don't agree with it, but you're old enough to make that decision. I still love you as a parent, but you're not going to smoke no weed in my house. You ain't going to bring no weed in my house. Why? Because that ain't what I do. Same thing with if you have children who decides they want to be gay. You can say, you know what, I love you and I support all of that. Just don't have it in my house because it goes against what I feel. And then you have some people that say, you know what, it ain't my business who you sleeping with, because really deep down, I don't care who doing what in their bed as long as they not sleeping with me. Now, if he's sleeping with me, I want to know if you're homosexual. I want to know if you're bisexual. I want to know if you're trans. But otherwise, I'm not spending my day caught up on, man, you know, these gay people wonder what kind of all this sex. Because when you start talking about homosexuality and being gay, that's actually talking about what people are doing in their bedroom. That's it. You worrying too much about what somebody else doing in their bedroom, and I really don't care. I have gay male friends that I have always supported, but my gay male friends, they be over some of these gays, honestly, because they be like they doing way too much.
Oh,
They
okay.
keep it cute and classy. They ain't out here doing the most, trying to be seen. And you have some that just want to do the most. You have straight people that do the most and want to be seen.
You're right.
So that's my take on that. But uh oh, what what,
I
Justin?
was just waiting on Benjamin to chime in since he was so chatty in the comment section.
Come
I
on.
said one thing. I said one thing. Hello, Jessica. I loved your spiel, and I
Hey.
appreciate your support.
Mm-hmm.
I so appreciate it.
And see, and I support you because don't you got a channel?
I do.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. I do. I get them clicks and views.
See? That ain't support, sis.
Right. What more do you want from me?
I will say this, and this is all I'm willing to say about this topic. There have been people who have had gay makeup artists and like gay people on their team. The reality is sometimes if people are skilled, you want their skill. That doesn't necessarily mean you believe you respect them. It doesn't necessarily mean you even think about anything outside of them doing your hair. So I feel like while I appreciate you being open to working with people who have a different lifestyle, that alone to me doesn't constitute support. I understand that it's not like anti or homophobia, but just having a gay makeup artist or a gay Instagram bestie doesn't mean you support the community or you even take a step to really understand the experience. And I'm not saying that you're obligated to do that either. But
Okay.
that's why I said that.
Okay, but okay. So the beauty industry, as it is with hairstylists in the black, let's talk about the black world, right? It is predominantly black women. Okay. So you don't see it as support. This goes beyond just, once you hire somebody as your stylist and you invite them onto your platform or whatever, that's support, Justin. It's support. No matter how you want to say it. I mean, I still feel like in order for them to be, because if I didn't, in order for me to even be in your presence, I would have to have some sort of support for you or like for you. I can't just sit here and be like, well, you know what? Because that opportunity could have been given to anybody else. So obviously, if they have them around and that close to them in their space like that, there has to be a level of support, in my opinion.
It sounds like you support the skill or whatever they add to your life.
But
not
it's
necessarily.
a lot of other people that have that same skill, and if not better.
Okay, I understand.
I think
The only reason
because almost like the hairstylists, some of them are gay, and then they hang out as friends. You know what I'm saying? And so I guess I don't know. I guess that's where she says that it seems like black women are more supportive to the gay community, and then because in addition to them doing hair, makeup, and clothes, they hang out and whatever.
And
yeah, I have no problems with anything that you said at all. I just know that a couple of years ago, I remember Marlo caught heat when she was just like, "Oh, Sheree, you can go back over there with them Fs." It's like her stylist and all these people. Yeah, they may have been offering a service, but at the end of the day, that comment slipped out like that. That's to me not support, but just because she may have been around Derrick J, that doesn't mean she supports the gay community. Derrick J might have just been the best hairstylist.
So now also too. Now this is a real question that I have, because like I said, I used to go to Club Vita. You remember Club Vita? The old Frank Steve. I mean, I done been all over up and through Atlanta in the gay clubs because I have a couple of friends who are on the scene. Okay. Now, I've heard them and others that were probably not with them use that same terminology to refer to each other. Sis, the kids, all of those terms. Even fags, or they'll call a girl a fag head. So when she said that, so I guess I'm saying, like, so it's still considered derogatory if somebody else says that, even though y'all said, but I guess you could kind of equate that to the N word, though, how we can call each other that, but then somebody outside the race can't. But I have a lot of friends that use that same terminology towards each other. I didn't see the show when she said that, so the way you're saying it, you saying she said it in a derogatory way, correct?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I didn't. I ain't really into the Housewives. I stopped watching after a couple seasons because they just went downhill.
But no, I mean, like I'm not getting in here like, oh, let me check or anything. You have the right to think what you say. I appreciate if you feel like that's your way of showing support. That's great, but just consider the idea that sometimes everybody isn't that way, and just because someone is around quote unquote gay people, that doesn't necessarily mean that they appreciate it or they support it. But that's it.
I see what you're saying, Justin.
Okay. Well, thank you, Jessica Rabbit.
Thank you. Bye, y'all. Is you going to Patreon?
Look, maybe y'all done kept me on here for 3 hours.
It's late.
Yes, I probably will for a little while.
All right, I'll still be here in the thing. I'm gonna leave.
Okay, thank you.
Well, the only topic that I wanted to discuss, because all of these other topics don't really concern me.
Ooh, is in the headdress.
Yeah, and did you put Nene on the docket?
Oh, for what she said. I did talk briefly about her. Why you want to touch on that?
No, I was just wondering if you say anything.
So you thought I was going to ignore Nene Leakes?
I mean, I just want to keep Nene as part of the conversation.
Well, she always gonna be a part of the conversation.
It's our job to make sure of it, though.
Y'all won't let her go. She tried to live her life. She was out having lunch with her friends, and y'all would not let her live, honey.
Right. I tied her into this Kenya Moore situation because I felt like this proved that Bravo is capable of acknowledging wrongdoings and speaking out. Yeah. So I find that very interesting.
That they would speak out and about the Indian, or
Right. It's like, what's different about this? Like,
right. Right. Everybody says that, like, and Nene been trying to tell y'all won't pay attention, but now Kenya on the hot seat. Now everybody, eyes wide open.
Right. And my thing is, Kenya apologized, and I know that was the best thing to do. But I just find to me, it was more of a Bravo issue, a network issue, because you guys are seeing like, oh, everybody knew. I feel like Kenya did it. Like everybody knew I feel like everybody might have known, but I don't think Kenya was a part of the whole. Like she's the only one who wasn't a part of, I guess, having an opinion about it. Like Drew Sidora had confessionals, Andy talking about it on Watch What Happens Live. So as a production, they knew that it was going to be triggering, and they decided to use that for entertainment and ratings. And I feel like that's what made this kind of unique, because it's like, if y'all knew enough to know that it was problematic, why didn't you cut it? Why didn't you ask her to change her costume?
Yeah, I feel like they were in on the joke. I mean, I don't know that, again, people keep saying Kenya's not dumb, but, I feel like production was in on it. They knew that this season is lacking. Like, they probably knew, at the beginning of the season that it was lacking. And so why not, leave it in and cause controversy? I was talking to some former housewives who shall not be named, and they told me, every single time they have like a costume, something, Bravo tells them what they can't wear.
Right. And I was having a conversation with somebody too, and they were saying sometimes Bravo, like for instance, when you were saying like, oh, why are the girls in front of the camera changing their clothes and stuff like that? They told me that Bravo sent out a memo at some point saying pretty much like people like seeing y'all's bodies. So this is why they go to a beach every trip and they always get those bikini shots. And I was like, that's really interesting that, like, I don't know, that's weird. It's like our girls, it's like their chance to finally see what Black bodies look like this. And
wow.
I feel like that's the same with, and we know, me and you, we know enough to know, like, if they had this costume party, it was Fallon's quote unquote event, but we know production had their hand and they knew before they got there what was going to be talked about or whatever. And I feel like they had to at least submit their outfits, and that was the perfect time for them to say, hey, like, this isn't cool. And in that same energy, I feel like they used that instead to come up with this storyline like, oh, have somebody be offended by it, and oh, let's I guess humiliate Kenya a little bit, or like, raise some concerns. But I think the people have outsmarted them.
Yeah. Ooh, it's so unfortunate. I don't know. I'm just not feeling this season at all. And I keep trying, but even with that, it's like it ain't even. It's not even worth discussing anymore.
Right. And then that clickbait title talking about Bravo apologizes for recent episode of Housewives. I thought they were going to finally be like, we flopped this season. We sorry.
Right.
We're going to do things different. But
that little one paragraph statement.
Right. And then that big old ad.
Right.
You can't even read the statement before you see an ad.
Okay. In which a cast member wears a Native American costume.
Right.
What cast member was it? Why you didn't put no names? We want to know.
Right.
But all right, well, thank you, Binge Worthy. Let me take these last two calls and I'm gonna head on over. You want to hang out while I take them? What you gonna
do? Yeah, I'll hang out.
Okay, hold on. Mr. Bell Raj 8. Hello. Okay, you muted. Unmute yourself.
Oh wait. Oh, my bad. But no, I'm a first-time caller. I kind of want to check Mr. 95 about that statement talking about Derrick Jaxn is gay. That's one thing I don't like about the LGBT community. I'm a bisexual male myself, or I just am, but I think it's wrong when you call a straight man homosexual or gay. I feel like that, kind of just makes the whole LGBT thing like a circus, like as if being gay is like not normal. So I feel like we need to be careful about giving straight people who identify as straight those labels, because it's not appropriate, and it's also making it seem like being gay, bisexual, or whatever a circus rather than a normal way of being. So and that's also kind of just like a kind of like a sissy power play, in my opinion. Just let the man be straight. Why? I feel like when people say that, they're projecting their sexual desires onto a straight man. He is very attractive to me, but I'm not gonna go out and call him gay. It's kind of like what a bully says to a really attractive female, like, oh, that girl is just ugly or something like that, but they really have feelings for that girl, so they're gonna call her ugly. But that's all I kind of want to come in here and say as a first-time caller. But no, I think DJ is straight. I don't think that he's a serial cheater because he's trying to hide the fact that he's gay or anything like that. I don't think it's cool for men who identify as gay to be bragging about sleeping with down low men. I think it's trifling, and you kind of have to question your integrity by doing stuff like that.
Okay.
So that was a read.
I appreciate you for your Black
right.
Gay 1996 called in. You want to respond or no?
Yes, I would love to respond. I think it's funny how I really ruffle up a bunch of feathers when that's really not my intent, But when I say I see, I don't know, I hear something in the back.
Huh?
Well, when I say can you guys hear me?
Yes, you're creepy.
Okay, because I feel like, okay, when I see Derrick Jaxn, I feel like I see a gay man just by his mannerisms and, mannerisms, and just by we have to think of the pathology of a man or of men, especially black men that just go out and are serial cheaters like this. And it's not just Derrick Jaxn, I think when we there's so much strain between straight people and gay people for some reason. Like whenever we really say, oh, we if we think somebody is gay, then y'all think that we're just being messy or whatever, and that may not even be the case. I really don't care who this man sleeps with. This is just a topic of conversation, and I'm saying based on my experience, I know that men like him, men that act like him, they are putting on, they're doing extra stuff. Like he was just a little bit too extra. Like, I don't know, I'm not trying to judge anybody's personality, but just look like, I don't know. I think it's weird that people, will.
I'm gonna jump in and just say it's okay to say that you're wrong. I think the statements that you're making
But
is
I
just you
don't think I'm
projecting.
wrong. That's what
I
I will
mean,
say.
you don't think
You
you're wrong,
can't
but I'm
force an
telling you.
apology on somebody. Like I didn't bash this man. I didn't say this man was ugly, unprofessional, or whatever. I said this man seems gay to me, and I'm a gay man. That's it's
Okay,
not.
okay. And just say he is gay. Why does it matter? The fact of the matter is that he's in a relationship with a woman and he's not cheating with a man. So I'm just gonna presume that he's a straight man. And it's, to me, going back to the circus, you cannot just call somebody gay when they identify as straight, because you make it seem like the gay lifestyle is a circus. I, as a bisexual man, I'm not really cool with the gays myself. I don't do the whole
That
parade
explains a
thing.
lot.
I
That
don't I
explains
don't
a
do the
lot
whole
of what
parade
you're
thing.
saying.
I don't go and walk around butt naked and throw condoms in the air. I'm not about the rainbow flags. I try to be as normal as I am, or I don't try to be. I just am a normal human being. I'm a normal citizen, so I don't need to put a rainbow flag on
But
to
we're not
pride.
talking about
To
you.
have
We were
pride.
talking about the
Ooh,
collective
we going
black
all off the
community.
rails on this. I understand y'all disagree fundamentally on the topic.
On everything.
I mean, look,
It's fine to
disagree.
disagree, Michelle, and I don't mean to be disrespectful on your platform. I feel like I always come, or when the times I have came, I have been respectful. It's
Uh,
just when people will make it seem like what I'm saying is all the way outlandish. I'm like, I'm really not saying anything that's really too out there. Maybe some people just get too.
well, I mean, again, everybody's not going to agree with you. Hell, everybody don't agree with me. So let's just leave it at that. You have a difference of opinion than Mr. Balraj 8, and y'all both
Balraj.
disagree.
Yeah, I just wanted to address him and address some of the other people. And when I come on here, I come on to have honest conversations. Like clearly, I'm supporting a straight black woman's platform when I do this. So I'm like, I'm open to having open conversations, but we do have to be honest. And I think there's this some of the YouTube videos I watch, there's talking about, how, we really don't hold black men accountable, and this idea of not speaking on them and saying, even if I just say, oh, I've definitely interacted with a guy that's like Derrick Jaxn, so the mannerisms are there, or it's like you guys automatically you're so ready to defend men that wouldn't even care about you or wouldn't even defend you if you were in the same, like y'all have to let these men have the same energy for y'all and sticking up for y'all before you try to really defend on them, because I don't know, I'm not seeing the same energy.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah,
Well,
I was
thank
just
you.
gonna say. I was just gonna
I'm
say,
gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna leave it alone. Please
no,
let's
I'm
do
done with
it.
the conversation because I mean I'm gonna just disagree with it. Period. I just let the straight man be straight, and there's nothing wrong with it. He don't got to be gay, suspect, deal, or anything like that. The
And
nigga is
I
straight
agree.
to me.
I
The
mean,
nigga
I've
straight to me.
already stated my opinion. I
Because
agree.
y'all try to say that to strip somebody's manhood and like make it like being gay is a circus when it's just a normal way of being. It just is what it is. Like I mean, it just is. But
You are the one that's
what I
making
like,
it like a
I'm done with the
circus.
conversation. I'm on to the next topic. But
I don't
I
care
like what
what you're on,
Jessica.
dude, because you know.
Black Gay 1996. We head over to
Yeah, we
Patreon.
went
You
ahead
have
on to another
responded.
topic.
You had
So
your
we can done
time.
with this topic.
Thank
I
you. I'm
mean,
gonna give Mr. Balraj the final word. Thank you for calling
exactly
back.
the final last word here. But no, I like what Jessica the realtor said about like how like well Guru they go through like the good, the bad, and the ugly. So maybe this is his ugly time to kind of prove to the world that if I made it through this ugly situation, then I truly am a guru. So if he's smart, he will capitalize on it in that way and kind of just talk
And I
about his
think
struggle.
so. Again, we compared him to like Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey been married what 2-3
Absolutely.
times or whatever the case, and one of his marriages was very tumultuous, and but he still can gather people's attention and trust. Speaking on relationships, so why can't this particular person?
Amen. And we need to allow our Black people to have salvation. Even the woman talking about her headdress and stuff like that. I saw the movies. I would laugh at it, but it comes from a place of it's not fair. I mean, if this was a white woman, you wouldn't be talking about, oh man, she's ugly, I'll cheat on her too. But no, that's all I wanted to say. I appreciate you allowing me on your platform. I try not to be disrespectful, but I'm candid. So it is what it is. But no, I like your channel. So thanks, Michelle.
Thank you. Thank you so much for calling in. I appreciate
it. Thank you.
All right. Whoa, we on the last call. Love in New York. Hey.
Hi, Michelle. Hi, Bingeworthy. Hi,
Hey,
Michelle.
girl.
Hey.
Both of y'all on the same night, and I'm the last call again.
Not again, honey.
I feel so blessed.
Ooh, y'all done kept me for 3 hours. I can't believe this.
We didn't keep you. You were helping out the community, your community that you've built, right?
Yeah, and I appreciate y'all.
And we appreciate you. I appreciate you, Michelle, and Diego, because I watch your videos. You do a great job. Okay, so I've been on here waiting forever, Michelle, and I kind of forgot my points because you had like 4 topics and it just became one.
It did.
Real quick, right? And I guess that was an important subject to speak on. Not really my forte because I love people. I don't see people like I'm not having sex with you. I don't really care what you do. So I don't really see gay, straight, bi. The only time I'm worried about it is when we're having a communication about what our relationship is, right? Other than that, I could be friends with everybody. I don't see the difference. And I'm a grown woman with grown kids, and I can say that. Okay. But I did want to talk about Kenya because that's how you got me the last time. And we got to stay focused on Kenya.
You didn't have nothing to say about Nene Leaks out here in these streets.
What you gonna put on Nene? I would say.
Okay, Nene.
Just playing.
Nene said these girls riding around in Toyotas, honey.
Well, they all had, they all had Bentleys. They all had Bentleys at the only one with a Toyota was Latoya.
Toyotas around here in Atlanta. How did they get down those old shows?
Oh my God.
I'm mad about Nene getting her Rolls Royce, Bentley, whatever that is.
I'm just happy to see her in good spirits.
That I can't afford.
That looks like a new one. At least it's got a paint job. I mean, Kenya's been driving the same Bentley for how many years? I mean, how many years is she gonna drive that Bentley? What's her husband, Mark? He let her drive his Tesla for what, a year? The year they were married, she got to drive it for a little bit on the show. We haven't seen that car.
So this is what we doing.
But This is what I want to say about the Bravo situation. Um, a lot of the question was, what was, like, why is Bravo speaking on this particular issue? It's just like her wearing the headdress wasn't so much the problem as at the time she was wearing it. She was wearing it as a costume for a costume party, right?
That she
And
had to get approval for.
no, it's not whether it's approval or not. It's what it means to wear the costume or that as a costume. I mean, it's kind of like when it's kind of like wearing a blackface for Halloween. Like, you're not supposed to do that. What are you saying? What you're depicting it as something of like a joke. That's what costumes are, right? I
No,
mean,
sometimes people wear
Medusa.
costumes because they're really connected to a thing, and they wait all year to be able to finally express that.
Okay.
Right? Haven't
I
you
don't
worn
think.
some costumes that it's like, oh yes, I want to finally look like this, not necessarily, hey, laugh at me.
Mm. I'm gonna say on that. You know that Kenya doesn't even laugh. Like, we're still waiting for that. So she.
They want me to shut up, so I'll shut up.
Oh,
You don't have
don't
to shut
don't.
up. Look, support your queen.
Oh, that's his queen. I
Yes.
watch your show and I don't see that on your show.
Thank
She's
But
the
you.
president of the
Thank you.
Teen Twirl Committee. Yes.
Thank you.
well, you could be that, and I
I try
think.
to be unbiased though.
Yeah.
Okay, and I am being also, but the thing is that I'm coming at the reality of the reality differently, I guess. I'm not trying to attack her, but I do feel like she put herself out there to be attacked. She's watched Nene for so many years be this loud mouth. I mean, and I'm not dissing Nene, but I'm just saying it how it is, right? She's been a loud mouth. She's been obnoxious. I mean, Nene was good at it. That's her thing. She can do that well. I mean, with the boop and the bleeps and all the stuff that she did, it was her. And then Kenya, instead of studying that this is her way, she decided to copy it, which is what she did. She tried to copy it by becoming the loudest person in the room. And that's what's taking away from her right now. She is being talked about, but in the wrong way. When Nene was being talked about, people were just amused by how she could just snap at something, how she could say something, be obnoxious, but kind of pull it back at the right time. Kenya is just centered on, I'm just going to be loud. I don't have a life. I don't have a husband. I don't have a I don't really, I just want to make people not see that I'm not supposed to have a peach. I'm supposed to be a friend, but I'm just going to be loud. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? That's what the Kenya. I'm jumping off because I know you got to get off to go to Patreon. I'll be there one day, Michelle. I'm going to support you there. I've never said that about anybody else, but I'm going to support you over there. But Derrick Jaxn, I'm gonna make people mad, but I'm just gonna say the reason why Derrick Jaxn is in the dilemma he's in right now. We do know he's a Cancer, right?
Uh-huh.
His zodiac sign is a Cancer. And
Uh-huh.
to all you ladies out there that have been listening to him and are now disappointed, let me tell you, just don't listen to a Cancer talk about how a man should be faithful. They don't know how. Okay? They do not know how. They're sexual deviants. It's not a bad thing. It's just that they have to catch up with the fact that they're sexual deviants, right? His wife will never be able to satisfy him. He's always going to be cheating. And this isn't because I've experienced this, because I stay away from them. They're always going to be cheating. They don't know how to stop. They have a sex addiction. Okay? My best friend is one. He would go to the grocery stores to find vagina. Okay? Derrick Jaxn just found a bigger grocery store, the
Well, how you
internet.
think? I mean, how you gonna put a sex addiction on that man? You don't know what's going on.
Allegedly.
Hopefully, he at least going to Whole Foods now.
But the reason I know this to be true is because Bill Cosby is a Cancer in jail. Okay? And if you name all the other, we have Tiny having the sex problem. Okay. We have so many people allegedly having these sexual, it's not a sexual addiction. I don't know what to call it. I call it deviance. Like they don't have a stop. There's no stopping it. It's just going to continue and continue and continue. So right now he's just met up with being caught. He's being caught by the public, but he really doesn't care. He's never gonna change that he's doing that. He's gonna find a better way to do it. And this is not someone speaking from being hurt by one. This is one having a father that is one. This is one having a best friend that is one. This is one having that's a brother that is one. And when I
He's
speak,
surrounded by sex addiction. Child, you need to
yo, when I tell you, my brother put.
stage or something.
Nah, I just stay away from them. I do talk to them, and I'm amused by them because they don't have a stop. Women know that they're cheating, and they just stay there with them like idiots. I don't have a clue why they're charmers. They're very intelligent men. They have a purpose. They have a reason why they connect to these different women. It's just that the women they don't know what's making their penis get up like automatically. They start off with the right
You
intention
gonna
and
lose
end up with.
monetization.
Look,
So
we
I'm.
got off deep in that. Look, I appreciate so much of you telling us about sex addiction and all of that. And yeah, I hear you. I love loving it. Look, the Patreon people already got me on the timer. So I appreciate you calling in tonight, and thank you for your input on Derrick Jaxn and Kenya Moore.
Okay, you're welcome. Thank you. Thank you for having me. Bye, Justin. I'll be watching you. I can't wait to see your edits. You are amazing.
Thank
This
you.
ain't about him.
Oh, sorry. You're amazing too, Michelle.
No kidding. I love Justin. Thank you so much.
All right. Bye-bye.
Justin Diego, are you coming over to Patreon?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they put me to work, child. I can't take no days off, honey. They made me work for hours to make up for it.
Y'all better not let her leave. Y'all know she ain't going to Patreon.
Oh, I am. Don't say that. I'm going on as soon as I thank all the people. Let me see if YouTube gonna let me. Oh, they've already turned off my monetization. I don't know what y'all talked about today that got me flagged, but y'all did it. Hold on, let me see.
On your way out, I have this to say about the whole Indian thing. I did an internship at Disney World, and I remember being so shook that you know how they have all of the princesses dressing up as, like real people are being princesses.
Uh-huh.
Most of the girls were white, and which makes sense because all of, most of the princesses are white. But even the Pocahontas one was white. And I just feel like people should be outraged about that, not this.
Why the princesses were white though?
I guess because it's like the top job you can have at Disney World.
I know, but you were saying because most of them are white, but why are most of them like in the story? Why they white?
Oh, right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, who chose that narrative?
Right. I just feel like it would have been the opportunity to have like a light-skinned Black woman would be closer to Pocahontas or any other race, like Latino. So I just thought that was always interesting.
Interesting. Okay.
So I said that to say people were the outrage. I don't know how I feel about the outrage.
Well, of course, they always flag me. Somebody said, did they flag me? Yeah, they flagged me, child. Ain't no telling who did it. Probably a little boozy because I was talking about her. But thank you for these super chats. Charlena Reeves, Jonathan Thomas, Veronica Barnes, and Jonathan Thomas again. Thank you, Jonathan, and Pamela Fields. As far as the super chats is concerned, I don't know why YouTube will not let me see it. I have to go into my studio to actually find it. Hold on, y'all. It won't do it in the thing. Monetization. Because I got to thank you. Oh, we got some new icons in our members thing too. Did y'all see them?
In call. In call.
No, was it in call? That was on there too? Okay. I knew it was that. It was something I think wow. Oh yeah, wow, and something else. Jalonda Howard, thank you. Alicia, thank you. Cam W, thank you. Eighth House Steel, Thank you. Alicia Azul again. Thank you. Why y'all talking about somebody named Alex? We don't know who that is over here. Yo, Camp Out said another great live. Thank you. Alicia Azul again. Thank you for blessing me. Helen Williams said all facts. Lisa Hubs wanted that link. I gave it to her. Unique Aura said, hey, Unique. Lisa Hubs again said she appreciate me. Thank you. Vanjie with the 99.99 said perm LOL. Anita D with the super sticker. Thank you. Alicia Azul said this world is crazy. They clowning Saweetie instead of Quavo. Okay, Alicia. Unique Aura said, I agree, Michelle. It's sad people so negative towards her. R. Lachey said, we are counseling him because he counseled other men that did the same thing he did. Okay. Sharon Middleton said she is going so bitter on 10 years because she done wasted her time with that man. Oh, she's going to be bitter. Okay. Vanjie, another 99.99 said, poor child, she don't even know the scriptures. Vanjie, another 99.99 said, I'm sick of Tasha. She don't she have a husband? I guess, child. Tabitha Moody said Miss Moore knew what she was doing. Oh, Cordero said she not Native American with them splitting. Jackie G said it's the hair for me.
That wasn't funny.
It was funny. Vanjie said, my son sent this to you. Thank you, Vanjie. Jessica Glenn said, this shirt is pretty and the hair is laid. Thank you. Ken NPA sent me some love and light in the beginning of the stream. Thank you. Vanjie said 99 in the beginning of the stream and said, I'm happy Michelle is here. I'm going to be petty. So Vanjie did what she said she was going to do, and them super chats blessed me. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. See, I got it in. So now, yes, we'll go over to Patreon. Shout out to C. Patterson and my mods for putting it in the stream. C. Patterson, Jazzy Bell, Princess AG, Shoe Girl, Puffy's mom. I don't know who else is a mod. I don't know. Justin, you a mod? So patreon.com, I am ATLien. I'm gonna head over there right now. Don't forget to like this video before you leave, and I'm cutting off in just a second. Okay, Justin, we'll see you over there.
Okay.
All right, bye. I gotta start a new stream. So head over to Patreon, patreon.com. I am ATLien. And if you are in a tier 2 and tier 3 on the members, I'll invite y'all as well. So check your community tab in about 10 minutes or so. And my dog over there, Biggie, what is you doing? Scratching on his pillow. So yeah, thank y'all for tuning in. This has been fun. We had a whole lot of conversation, 3 hours worth. This is a long ass video. Hopefully y'all will watch it. If not, I'll cut it up or something. Yes, I'll invite level 2. Good night, y'all. I will see y'all in a minute. Hold on while I turn some of this stuff off. Bam, bam. I forgot the music.
ATLien. Get ready. Get ready, because you about to be an ATLien.
All right. Y'all head over there. It's the Cultures versus the Vultures. Y'all head over to Patreon right now. Y'all got me up late. Y'all better get in there. If y'all not in there, I'm be mad. I'll be mad as heck because I'm about to read some people. I'm about to read some people over on the Patreon. Good night, y'all.